What is up, everybody? It's your boy, the Liberal Loudmouth. And we are back again for some more Accionis. Let's see. Somebody posted something in here. Damn it, I didn't get a chance to check those stories. No real ID. Let's see here.
No real ID, no passport, no problem. The TSA has proposed a new rule where passengers traveling without either form of identification would pay a fee of $18 in order to have their identity verified by a new biometric kiosk system.
Oh, that's wonderful. If you don't have your ID, just give us your eyeballs and your fingerprints. Nothing wrong there. Hiding cameras and traffic barrels. Interesting.
The Associated Press just exposed a secret border patrol.
I'm going through the some of the things that were posted in my Discord real quick. I hadn't had a chance to do that. My bad. But we're doing that now. The ending will convince you. Damn it.
Okay, I think he actually went down on a guy named Bubba. I know it's not the former, kind of like things
Bubba.
He has a history in it.
Donald Trump and Bubba. Jussie, damn it. I didn't get a chance to look at those. I should have looked at those first. Anyway, what's up, guys? Welcome in. Welcome in. Let's get this show on the road. Swalwell announced run for governor of Cal. Fuck Eric Swalwell. Files are out. 1,500 times his name appeared. Okay. And everyone, good morning, y'all. We are live. Cool. What's up, everybody? What's up? All right. So Donald Trump wants to hang the Democrats for traitor. Being traitors. It's seditious. It's seditious. It's so delicious. It's seditious. Good morning, Miss Chaos. Good morning, Cheryl Lynn. Good morning. All right. I spent a little too much time putting together a clip of old Pam Blondie and her stupid ass shit yesterday. That was fucking weird. That lady is so weird. But since you guys, this isn't totally relevant, so let me go ahead and just play it for you guys because it's kind of weird. Good morning, Jules. Good morning. Let me pull it up here. It's kind of funny. I thought it was funny. Might upset MAGA though, because I took some liberties with the editing.
Epstein files. Does the new investigation by the Southern District of New York U.S. Attorney prevent the department from releasing all of the remaining files?
We'll continue to follow the law and to have maximum transparency. We will continue to follow the law with maximum transparency. We will follow the law. We will continue to follow the law again, but also providing maximum transparency.
What changed since then that you launched this investigation?
Information that has come for information. There's information new information, additional
Is there information?
And again, we will continue to follow the law, and we will continue to provide maximum transparency under the law. Information that has come for information.
I love this part.
There's information new information, additional information, information
What's up, bro,
information that has come for information. There's information new information, additional information, and we will continue to provide maximum transparency under the law.
Oh my God. I heard that lady talk about the information. I couldn't stop laughing my ass off. It's the meritocracy. Okay, finally the U.S. is under a meritocracy. We only want the best and the brightest. The breast and the brightest. Fucking oh, Joey in the comment section, he's so mad because he's having to defend a P3DO. Look at you, Joey. I see ya. I used to have a little bit of respect for you, but I see what you're doing, man. I see what you're doing. You little shit weasel, you. You little slinker, you little snake. I got you. Anyway, right, that's all Joey does. That's right. And that's, I think, by design. Good old Joey We got to have good cop and bad cop. Make them feel crazy, y'all. Make them feel like they're the crazy ones. Didn't give much coverage on the situation in Detroit. Not sure what happened there on any. I'm not sure what you mean by Detroit. Might have heard anything, so let me look this up for you. We'll figure it out. But it is good to know that we are being run by the best and the brightest. You know, Detroit news. Looking up news for Detroit. William Go passed away. I don't see increase in ICE raids. Is that what you're referring to? The ICE raids? Communities across Metro Detroit are reporting surges in ICE raids and arrests, particularly in the areas with bustling businesses and growing families. Well, you know, I think their goal is to, cause chaos in the economies of blue states and cities. I think that's their purpose. So I assume that's what you were referring to, Glasses. I don't know what to call you because all I see are like sunglasses, so forgive me. Let's see here. Black Friday, White Monday. Meanwhile, let's see. What the hell did I do? Oh, you know what you do, Joey. Don't worry. Just wait until I get up over 100 and then come up and scream at people, okay? You existed, Jules. That's funny. But I am crazy. Focus, you're not crazy. Both sides are helping the rich get richer. There's a paywall to exist in the U.S. That is fucking ain't right. And now they're like, if you don't have your ID at the checkpoints for TSA, you can pay a fee and give us your fingerprint and your eye socket, and we'll give you the go-ahead. So they're just trying to do mass surveillance on people. Guys, this is what they're doing in the West Bank. What we're seeing roll out under Donald Trump is what they're doing in the West Bank. It's almost as if the West Bank was like an experiment to see how they would do this, how it would work, tweak this fucking software to make sure it works properly. And once they do that, you then install somebody like J.D. Vance, because I was actually going to do possibly a show about Trump versus J.D. Vance, because to me, Vance is far more dangerous than Donald Trump. The liberals, for example, that'll lie to you, make you think that they're nice, and, oh, I'm a good liberal, I like everybody. And then in secret, they use the N-word and they, make fun of the people that they claim to. Those are the dangerous ones, not the ones that come up here with their fucking, as Maverick would say, with their hoods on, right? The ones that'll tell you straight to your face that they don't like you, those aren't so dangerous because you know what they are. You know where they stand, just like Donald Trump. J.D. Vance is one of those wolves. And the people that are, pulling his strings are the ones that want to bring this mass surveillance. So I'd actually thought about doing that, but because we've been on Israel so much the last week, I decided we could just move away from that for a bit because I could go on about Israel all day long because I think Israel is a more dangerous thing to this country than even Trump. I think Trump is just a symptom of that. Let me go through here. Glasses, he's not going to talk about that. Talk about what? I didn't get much coverage on the situation in Detroit. Joey, I literally just read off an article about Detroit. There's ICE raids. And you're like, he's not going to talk about that. Are you fucking stupid? Is that your problem? You're just dumb? I don't know. I can't answer that question, Joey. Yes, the government is using those tactics on us. It's what they did in Poland 1941. Why would you say that? Because he's fucking idiot. That's why he would say that. They called Blue Wolf Project. Pyre says it is. FEMA, yes, he is. Pyre, was that in response to my Vance comment? Sorry, I'm catching up to the comments. No, it has to do with Islamic protest. Do you mean the Jewish guy that went in there and burned the Quran in Dearborn, Michigan? Because that was in Dearborn, Michigan. I know you guys are now switching tactics. You fucking Zios are switching tactics and trying to, oh my God, Islam, they're trying to take over the world. They're trying to take over the world. We're starting to see this rhetoric come out because you guys realize the anti-Semitism just doesn't faze us anymore. Neither will that, because we've got your fucking Bible here. We've got your Bible with the worst conspiracy ever right inside of it, inside the fucking Tanakh, the people that are pulling the strings of our government officials. So you can't do the Islamophobia thing anymore, guys. It doesn't work. So if that's the tactic you're trying to do and trying to make it, oh my God, we got to hate Muslims. No. And in fact, we have a whistleblower, a CIA whistleblower who, he worked for the CIA. He claims that his sources tell him that Israel got Donald Trump to attack Iran by threatening to nuke us, or to nuke them, rather, and which would then spark, World War III. And so Trump, bombed them instead so as to prevent World War III. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that is what a whistleblower who was in the CIA has stated. Kiriaki or something. I've got the video right here. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and play it. Yeah. Let's see. Let me get it queued up here. This was an interview. John Kiriakou. Oh, I need to reset my live goal. Give me a second. I'll do that. Let me get this started. Just listen for just a minute.
Listen, every president, from when I joined the CIA and George H.W. Bush had just become president, the Israelis asked us to bomb Iran. Every single president. No matter who the prime minister of Israel happens to be, you got to bomb Iran. You got to bomb Iran. You got to bomb Iran. And every single president said, no, we're not bombing Iran.
That was former CIA officer and whistleblower John Kiriakou revealing that Israel relentlessly pressured the United States to attack Iran for decades and ultimately succeeded by using direct threats to sway Washington.
We would never bomb Iran because our position was that would be the start of World War III. The reason, though, I'm told, that Donald Trump decided to bomb Iran was that the Israelis said, for the first time, if you don't bomb Iran to take out these deep bunkers, we're going to use nuclear weapons. And they had never threatened that before.
There you go. Like I said, I think Donald Trump is less of a problem than shit sucker Netanyahu and those supremacist fucks that live over there. Yeah, the email generators are working overtime this week. Yes, Mrs. Chaos. I wonder if I'm going to get bananaed today because it's been, 4 days in a row now? It's kind of crazy. Let me go back through some of these here real quick. I don't see anybody in the request box. If you'd like to come up, I am doing one-on-ones. You can come up here. No, it has to do with Islam. It's the point of what listing and labeling humans. Good morning, Lonnie. Good morning. Good to see you. Democrats are corrupted. No surprise. No surprise. I'm not sure why you would be surprised by that. That's weird. Their email generators are working overtime this week. Had a guy talking about a town where a group of aerobic people live. Oh, Arabic, I assume. Aerobic. They're very fit. They're very fit, very limber. They're very aerobic. Lib's been pretty open about this stuff. Yes, I don't run for topics. Jeffrey Sachs has a lot contend. Carlos, I don't quite understand that. So this guy sits in on presidential meeting, cabinet meeting. Yeah, ex-CIA guy. You don't think this guy still has sources, Joey? You don't think he didn't know anybody when he worked for the CIA? Really? Come on, Joey. Now, take it with a grain of salt, obviously. But I'm more apt to believe him because he is a whistleblower. The guy is literally a whistleblower. So he's willing to put himself at risk in order to divulge information that he believes the public should have. I don't know why that's problematic. Yeah, but I doubt someone's going to run to him and tell him about something that just took place. Why? Why would they wait a year? or 2 or 3 or however long you think that they're supposed to wait. At some point, we should talk about how most of the degrees unprofessionalized are mandated. Yeah, where nurses and shit, you talking about that, where they're going to make them no longer professional degrees? I believe that also means that it will affect your ability to get loans for those degrees. The mandated reporters, as an example. We got mandated reporters. They have to report child sexual abuse, and I am the pedo protector in chief, and I can't be having that. We're going to have to change things up a little bit, guys. Yeah. Yeah, I had that story up, actually. Let me pull that back up. I may have it bookmarked. I may have bookmarked the damn thing. Let's see. 11:21. What the fuck? Oh no. This is from the snap. Oh, here we go. And also, why is it that this dude just literally surrounds himself with these predators? Right? Why is it these WWE ring kids, as they were called? Why? Why do we, and then Ghislaine Maxwell, oh, she got a raw deal. We're going to have to put her up in Club Fed, give her ping pong tables so she can have fun, have a great time. There's a list of degrees that are being reclassified as unprofessional. Yes, that is true. And as it relates to the prompt, I want to show you guys, in case you haven't seen, Donald Trump retruthed this fucking guy with the Iron Cross here. This fucking P-Tape 78, full-on MAGA. Corporate security manager of Fortune 25 company. Bullshit. Hang them George Washington would. This was in response to Donald Trump going crazy about sedition. And Joey's like, yeah, we should do that. Joey, do you think that they should hang Democrats who were in the military and were telling other military members you don't have to follow unlawful orders? Do you think that's traitorous treason? Joey? No stop. What's up, Poetivity? How are you doing? Good morning.
I'm not doing okay.
Oh, shit.
My master's degree is on the list of now the declared unprofessionals. I worked hard to get that fucking thing, and it called for lots of education in lots of different areas, and I don't use it because I have my own business, but I'm just super pissed. Like, they attacked female dominated professions and reclassified them to try and get it's just an effort to get women out of the workplace, and it's just so maddening. And then I watched this morning a podcast by Dean Withers, and there was a woman on there, and she was like, I don't care about his who he is as a person. He's a businessman, and we need a businessman. Who do you think has been corrupting the politicians? Like, holy shit. The businessmen have been corrupting the politicians. If we want to get action for the people, by the people, then we don't need these CEOs, billionaires running the country like a business. A country is not a business. It doesn't have the motive of reducing costs and upping profits. It has the business of taking taxpayer funds and spending them on taxpayers and providing services for the people so their lives are comfortable. Like, this whole thing is just insane. And even prisoners know that the worst prisoners, the worst offenders are those that offend against children. And this man is alleged to have been spending money his entire adult life to fuck children. Like, holy cow. I mean, if you can't get laid because you're not suave enough or whatever, and you can't relate to people your age because they're too intellectual in their conversation. You know,
Smart people don't like me. Don't forget that. Smart people don't like me.
You're not interested in hearing what what their brain has to say and relating to them as, you know, your age and your, you know, matching with them. Like, you can't picture Trump ever taking a hike in a forest. You can't picture Trump ever getting on the floor and like giggling with his grandchildren. You can't picture Trump surprise showing up at a friend's house with a Christmas present for them. You can't picture Trump ever doing anything any close to human. But you can picture him, and it's easy to picture him fucking a teenager, fucking a child.
Okay,
raping
be careful. Well, be careful with that language. You're going to get the live taken down.
Well, that's what he was doing. I mean,
I get it, but we can use TikTok-friendly language so as to protect the live. The live has to come first.
Ironically, like, fuck is TikTok-friendly, whereas what he actually was doing with the R word is not. Like it's just crazy. It's crazy. The world we're living in is crazy, and no, I am not okay. I am furious that we have men, women, people who support this billionaire grifter who has bankrupted the United States already. Like, we're all going to see our savings, our life savings from all our working years go down to zero because of this man. The value of the dollar go down to zero because of this man. And everybody's just like, oh, you know, a little pain for a lot of gain. Like,
right.
No, this is utter destruction of our country, destruction of our freedoms, destruction of our children's future. Women and children are not safe under a man who will make laws that it's okay to fuck them.
I mean, that's true. In sad state of affairs, he ran on fixing the economy and he's fucking it up. Unemployment was up. I don't know if anybody saw that. Unemployment is up. They said the jobs numbers were good, but then unemployment went up. So it's like 4.4%, you know, because he's going to make America great. By great, I guess that means allowing men to get away with their dastardly deeds against children. But Poetivity, thank you so much. I appreciate you being up.
It's not even just getting away with it. Like, he's pardoning and giving power in our government to people who participate in fucking children.
Okay. All right. Like I said, we got to be careful with that. When you put those two words together, the algorithm is smart enough to detect and say that's, you know, inappropriate for TikTok. But I appreciate it, and thank you very much. Point well made. Thank you so much. We'll see ya.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Let me, I think Jack was next. Jack Attack, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, liberal?
Not much.
I don't know what the hell is going on right now, man. I mean, what the fuck is up with MAGA right now? Like, they were all about protecting the kids and getting the Epstein files out and putting all the Democrats away for diddling kids.
Until they had to do it. Yeah.
They had to. Yeah. And now, like, dude, they're going on fucking Twitter and social media and just basically just admitting, I don't really care about pedophilia. I don't really care. Like, hell, I slept with teenagers too. There was a guy on fucking Twitter saying, like, you know, when he was like a university professor or something like that. He said when he was like 22 and he was a teacher or some holding some university, and he had a relationship with a 16-year-old, and he was like, it was consensual and everything, but, you know, now I'm being blacklisted because it's an inappropriate relationship between student and teacher. Dude,
they weren't
you fucked
8.
a kid.
They weren't 8. Okay. And again, let's be careful with this language. When you put the F word and then child together, I don't know if you were listening, but I had to tell Poetivity this twice. If it continues to happen, I'm going to have to assume that it's on purpose. Okay. So let's just, you know, I understand. You can make that point with TikTok friendly language.
Okay.
I don't want to fucking say it again.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
It's fucking crazy too. Like, I heard when I heard Megyn Kelly saying that, like, she's got 2 kids, man, or she got 3 kids, and 2 of them are of this age that she says is oh, that's fine, right? Like that's not that bad, right? I'm like, what are you saying? And the craziest thing is also learned yesterday, all of her kids were conceived through in vitro fertilization.
Wait, all of
Right?
whose kids
So
were?
God did not want her to have kids.
All of whose kids were?
Megyn Kelly.
Oh, right. Right. Didn't
Megyn
give you
Kelly.
the right equipment, Megan. But she was the one that was on there. She was like, well, you know, Epstein wasn't a P3DO, you know, because he liked barely legal 15-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't 8. Like, what? Yeah, it's weird what we're seeing, this gymnastics of now they're like, I imagine even MAGA is at some point going to be promoting like MAP, the minor attracted persons. You've heard that language that they tried to associate with Democrats. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the crazy thing about that logic that Megyn Kelly was putting out, and like creepy logic that I've heard before, but it doesn't work. Like everyone's different, right? Like I remember when I was 14, I looked like a normal ass 14-year-old, right? I was lanky and awkward and had weird hair and shit like that. But when I started high school, I saw a kid who looked like he could be fucking 11. And I remember I first saw him, I was like, what is this someone's little brother? Like, what is he doing here? And then I later found out, no, he's not only is he in the same grade as me, right? He's older than me. He was like 3 months older than me, and he looked like he was 11. He was tiny.
Hold on real quick, Jack. Yeah, I invited you up, Joey. I just wanted to say to your face, go fuck yourself, you piece of shit.
Why would you do that?
Now,
What'd I
goodbye.
do?
Fuck off, bitch. Go ahead, Jack.
And then there was another guy who was younger than me, and he looked like he could be 19. He looked like a goddamn super senior. Right? So if you're going to be saying, oh, it's, you know, being barely legal 15-year-olds, that's different than 8-year-olds. You can make that same logic about a kid who's like 11 and is just really tall and,
right.
and, you know, large for their age, right? Like, it's stupid. Just because someone looks like they're an adult means it's okay, they're good to go.
It's barely legal.
That's wild shit.
But they're not 8. They're not 8. Okay.
Well, it's crazy. I mean, I guess it's the age of consent in different states is what they're talking. I don't know.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. We're going to start watching them soften on this, I guess. Well, you know, if you're old enough to bleed, God says that you're old enough to breed. That's the logic I'm starting to see come out of these fucking gross people. Well, Jack, though, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the passion, too. I'm equally disturbed by this, but thank you. We'll see ya. Focus. Come on up. Megyn Kelly. Had made that distinction, Jules. He likes barely legal 15-year-olds, but they're not like 8 years old. That was the distinction she made. Focus, welcome in. Welcome aboard. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. Crazy shit, man.
Yeah, it's not going to get any better. Not right now. It's just going to keep getting more weird, more crazy, until they've completely just obliterated our entire way of life and have us questioning our own being and purpose.
Yeah, that's true.
Because right now, like everybody, like you said, there's a list of degrees that they're trying to take away from people. Unfortunately, my wife was trying to get one of those. She wants to become a teacher. And she had some medical issues, so she had to now she's trying to go back, and every time we try to go and fix her federal funding stuff, the FAFSA, the website's down, the website's under this. They're not doing anything with education. They're just destroying it.
They want stupid people. Stupid people
That's
are
it.
easy to manipulate. That's right. That's
Trump,
what they want.
Donald Trump said it exactly in report. There's a picture of him, and I think it's 1987. I love Republicans. I love the uneducated.
Right. I remember that going around. I think that was misquoted, but
no, it was actually in the newspaper that way.
No, I think because I remember looking it up, and it was fake news. Fake news. I think that it was. But he did say smart people don't like me.
Oh yeah,
he did say that. And
I'll put this simply: I'm not a smart man, but I know I don't like his ass.
It doesn't take a lot to not like his ass. But I have a theory, and I actually thought about making the show about this. What is your thoughts of J.D. Vance? Because to me, he's more dangerous than Trump because he's going to smile. He's going to make nice. He's not going to go out and call for hanging of Democrats.
But what about the Republicans? If you want to do the Democrats that way, then you got to do the Republicans the same way. It's got to be right down the middle.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, he gave reparations to J6ers. He's talking about seditious, traitors with the Democrats because they told military members to not obey unlawful orders, which they don't have to because they don't take an oath to protect the Constitution. But my theory is that the guy is wanting to get impeached. I think he's trying to. That's why he's saying all this crazy ass shit. Because when he gets removed, all this
stuff done. He's trying to get all this stuff done so he can destabilize the American people. So his friends that are in high places in other countries can come over here and just do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, well, my theory is that he wants to be impeached. This is part of their plan because once he does that, J.D. Vance, who is the puppet of the tech bros, he goes in charge, and then they're going to unveil this fucking surveillance state that Israel has been experimenting with in the West Bank for decades now.
Well, unfortunately, I believe that J.D. Vance is definitely a worse threat than Trump because of where his manipulation point is coming from.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's certainly a threat. But look, Israel wants to surveil everybody. Ellison has come out. Ellison is a Zio sucker, and he's going to do that as well. He's talked about it. I mean, openly. And Israel, we already know, does these things. So I think that's Israel's last final piece of the puzzle to take over the world.
One last thought, real
which
quick.
is surveilling everybody in it.
One last thought, real quick. Problems have been going on in certain parts of the world for centuries and centuries and centuries. Why is it always the same piece of land that two factions are always fighting over? And the only thing we know is that there's one particular set of people involved in every conflict since the 5th century.
Well, it's because of like what their own religious text says, that they will feed off of the wealth of nations. It says this in their religious text.
But here's the question. Here's the question I was having. If the same person is involved for, say, 1,500 years, but the opposite person they're fighting against changes every so many years, could the problem not be the people that are fighting them, but the problem be the people that are the consistent ones over and over and over and over again?
Yeah, I mean, I believe that they are the problem.
But people just can't open their eyes and see that.
Right.
Because
well,
yes,
they're starting to. People are starting to. When you've got the mayor of New York City going over there saying that I served you, and you've got fucking representatives talking about, oh, I came in here to be the greatest defender of Israel. And then motherfucker being like, oh, well, America and Israel is like, your wife and your daughter. You love them both equally. And he wouldn't say which country he loved more.
But I was in a live last night and people were like, all Jews are bad. It's like, not all Jews are bad. Just like not all white people are bad. Not all Christians are bad. But there are particular sects that need to be put somewhere for their own safety.
Like who? Where? Huh?
Well, I mean, like what you were talking about with the 3 PDOs. They need to be put somewhere. No matter whether they're Democrat, Republican, whether they're white, or any other religion or any other ethnicity, they need to be put in jail. But unfortunately, in our society, that's probably never going to happen with the people we have in power.
Well, it's almost never happened.
Exactly.
They do it for show. Some of these people will grape children and get a couple of years, and then they'll be on probation. They'll have to be on a little list. But
I mean,
but they cause lifelong trauma to these children who grow up to suffer serious injury because of what they had happen to them when they're kids, and we're just slapping these motherfuckers on the wrist for it. And now you've got countries using those things as a way to blackmail people.
Yeah.
They're not going to, unless we have some kind of fucking social revolution where we're like, okay, everybody that's in there now is going to get fucking voted out. You take every incumbent and you say fuck you and put new people in there because they're all fucked. That would cause the people that are controlling them and blackmailing them, that would cause them to have to start all over again.
Clean slate.
Right.
And we have that opportunity this year coming up, at least in the House.
Yeah, but people are fucking stupid. They've been dumbing us down for a long time now, especially in Republican states.
And I'm going to tell you now, Marjorie Taylor Greene realized that her job is on the line. And that is one of the reasons why she is so on the line right now.
Well, I mean, even Neanderthals know that it's wrong to grape children. Okay.
Yeah. And like I said, it was the one point, in fact, I kept bringing up to people. I said, reality has got to be screwed when Marjorie Taylor Greene is the voice of reason.
Right? And fucking Tucker Carlson and E.T.'s granddaughter, as Maverick would say, Candace Owens.
Oh, and even Lauren Boebert came out about the Epstein files.
Right. Now, real quick, shout out to Lonnie. Lonnie, thank you for the $2. I haven't done a PSA yet. Guys, we hit 10K. Thank you very much. That was actually pretty quick as per usual. It's slower than that, and we only have 40 people in here. If we could get to 25K, that'd be awesome. Let's keep tapping. I do have a gifting goal of 50 boxing gloves. I have 12 of them so far. If you want to support the live, send some boxing gloves. Also on my profile, you will find all of my Crash apps and such. $LibLoudMouth and @LibLoudMouth. Send some love offerings. Once I get there, I'll open the panel up. But it appears TikTok, instead of sending the Zio army in here to fuck with my live and get it taken down, they've just restricted it because I believe that Oracle has already taken over the shit and they're starting to tweak stuff. So you're going to start seeing this. So make sure to follow me also on YouTube. Make sure to go to YouTube and follow me, because when this is all over and it's coming, you can still keep in touch on the tube. So anyway, go ahead, Focus. And there's nobody in the request box, so Focus is just going to sit here until we're done. Or until somebody requests that.
Well, then what else would you like to talk about?
Well, I mean, what do you think of the theory that that he's purposely trying to get impeached in order to put Vance in there? Because he won't want to resign. He'll want to be able, oh my God, they just always coming after me.
They were all out to get
It was a
me.
witch hunt.
That's
Look what they did. It was a third impeachment, and they actually removed me. And then Vance comes in there, and he's like, we're going to install all this shit on your phones. We're going to fucking tap your fucking emails, and every fucking phone call is going to get recorded and run through AI, and Minority Report's going to become reality. I think this is what they're trying to do.
Let's see. Have you got Twitter on your phone? Have you got TikTok on your phone? Have you got Facebook on your phone? If you do, you already have every federal government listening to your phone at any given moment of any given day.
And this has become acceptable to people in a supposedly free nation. But we got to do it for safety. It's for safety, guys.
And that's one of the reasons that MySpace disappeared, is because the guy that originally owned MySpace, refused to let them track their people. And that's when Facebook was created.
And Facebook is run by a what?
An idiot?
Well, a fucking android, let's be clear. I mean, that guy, has he even aged at all, Zuckerberg? Is he the first,
he's
you know, like
drinking the
realistic robot?
That or he's drinking the blood of, children.
But I mean, no, he's a Zionist. He's a fucking Zionist. So you've got all of these Zionists who have this mentality that comes from the Old Testament in their religious books that they are the chosen people and they get to command and control all of the nations. It says it in the fucking Bible, guys.
Yeah,
this
it
isn't
does.
conspiracy.
It does.
I know Joey's down there. He's fucking really pissed that I'm bringing this up. Oh my God, it's 10 full at time. It says it in their religious text. Very, very plainly also. Aqua, I talk so much shit about Israel and Mossad. I'm expecting my phone to blow up in my face any day now. Yes, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me to learn that that they've got that kind of shit installed on all of our stuff. Oh, the phone overheated. It just overheated. That was all.
Yeah, they would actually have to take over Korea in order to get that stuff implemented in our phones.
Jules asked, do we really think all these things can be linked back to Israel? Unfortunately, yes.
Yes.
Unfortunately, yes. The big six, Jules, we went through the big six of the media companies. Aside from the foreign one, Sony, they're all run by Zionists. Look at the fucking TikTok is about to be taken over by Oracle, run by a Zionist. Facebook, Zionist. Fucking Elon Musk, Netanyahu himself has said, well, he's a friendly, we're going to have to get that too. So yeah, I think all of this. And then you look at the surveillance systems that they've installed in the West Bank, and you're starting to see that stuff be brought over here. They're calling them smart cities. So yes, a lot of this is absolutely.
And the reason that our government made a deal with Argentina, in my belief, is because they wanted a safe haven to run to when the shit finally does hit the fan.
Right. And let me point something else out that I thought was really weird, because yesterday, I think it was Bondi. Let me pull this up real quick so you guys don't think I've got my tinfoil hat on. This actually happened. Let me pull this up here. U.S. Coast Guard will no longer classify swastikas, nooses as hate symbols, right? They've since walked some of this back, but I want to point something out. Donald Trump is absolutely loved by Israel. And Donald Trump is allowing swastikas to no longer be considered hate symbols. And Israel hasn't said a fucking word about it and is still going to support Trump.
The funny part about this is what is Donald Trump's genealogical heritage?
Wasn't he from, oh God, where is his family? Germany?
His father was from Germany.
Yeah.
He fled Germany
ran from the draft. He didn't want to he didn't want to fight in the war or something is what I understood.
Yeah, and his father didn't want to fight in the war.
Right.
He didn't want to fight America because at that point in time, he would have been indoctrinated into our swastika flying family over there.
Yeah. Well, focus. I've got somebody that has requested up, so I'm going to go ahead and drop it down. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. We'll see you later.
Have a good day.
Yeah.
And I'll try to stay and catch.
Thank you. Yeah, once we reach the live goal, I will open the panel up for everybody so everybody can join. It'll be a good time. What's up, Rogue Dragon?
How you doing?
Love the name. I'm doing okay. What's up?
Initially, when I wanted to come up the first time, it was because you were talking about service members and this threat, right, that you have on your prompt. And
I'll be right back, but I can hear you, so go ahead.
You're fine. I've listened to a representative on TikTok talking about his service, and it's just very sad. I mean, it's good that we're having these conversations about what we shouldn't do when given an order by a government that could possibly be unlawful And so I'm glad we're having these conversations. It makes me wonder just how often that happened. I have a friend who served for 20 years. I'm gonna ask him about it next time I get a chance. He's out in hunting camp right now.
Now, are you asking how often they refuse or how often they're asked to do something unlawful?
Well, I mean, those are two really good questions to ask.
Oh, hold on real quick. They can't hear you in the comments, so let me drop you down and then bring you back up. I'll pause your timer. Some people can't hear you, some can. So it may be, I don't know what's going on. TikTok is fucking weird. But yeah, let me drop you down, go out of the live, come back in and request back up. Okay? And I'll bring you right back up.
No problem.
All right, thank you. Yeah, sorry guys. I stepped away. I didn't see your comments till I got back. You guys can hear me okay though? You guys can hear me okay? Was just oh, so you could hear things, you just couldn't understand what she was saying. Oh, my bad. I thought you couldn't hear shit because we had that issue yesterday too. Well, my bad, Rogue, but come back up. Anyway, PSA guys, we're only at 13K likes, so let's keep tapping, please. It's free. If you can't, send some boxing gloves or send some love offerings through Crash App or Vimo, please tap. Of course, even if you can gift, please tap. You know, it helps push it out to the FYP. Also, if you have any MAGA that you think might be interesting to listen to, send them a share invite as well. I've sent out, for some reason, it only lets me send out to certain people. I think I can only send it to my, certain fans. It's kind of weird. The TikTok studio is kind of weird like that. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, the numbers are really low. A lot of people are saying they don't see my bubble flash. Even though I've got my settings set to where you should see my bubble flashing. Kind of weird. But again, Oracle. And to Jules, I know you were just asking questions. And look, I know it seems fucking weird. And I've questioned myself all the time because I have no problem with any kind of person or people, right? I never have. But when you turn around and everywhere you fucking turn, when it relates to something shitty that's happening to your country, you've got a fucking guy standing there that just happens to have ties to these fucking people. It's hard to deny it of yourself, right? And I did for a lot of years. I'm like, okay, this is just speculation. But no, we've got these members now coming right out in the open and saying these things. They can't seem to say they love America. Our own representatives can't seem to say they love America more than Israel. That's weird. And then you got states that don't allow you to boycott and divest from Israeli, companies. I'm sorry. There's a lot of weird shit going on. They are, well, let me get through the comments here. I don't know if Rogue is coming back. Rogue, I am not able to invite you for some reason. I think maybe your profile is private. She was muffled. I could hear you. Yeah, Rogue, if you would like, welcome to come back up. I'm not very welcome anti-Zionist here. Everybody's welcome up on my show. So if you feel like you're not welcome up on my show, you can stop feeling that way. This is a live that despises Zionists. That explains. It is weird. Yeah, it is, Jules. It is. I keep finding myself slack-jawed when I learn things. Any decent human being would also hate Zionists. What's up, Misty, the resistor? Yeah, I mean, look, I question my own shit constantly, but then you keep digging into it and you find all these weird things, like Israelis that are dancing on 9/11. Or the guy that filmed the JFK thing. Zayo. The guy that did the documentary about it and left out any conspiracy related to Israel. Well, he was a Zayo too. Oliver Stone changed his name for the record. So, and then now you've got CIA, ex-CIA guys, whistleblowers coming out and saying that the way they got Trump to attack Iran was by threatening to nuke them. Is the one that Oliver Stone did. Because if you know, there was conspiracy surrounding Israel even at the time, as it related to what happened to JFK. Now, of course, I'm not saying that they did it. I don't know, but no part of my life did I ever even realize that there was a conspiracy surrounding that even at the time. And that's because they pushed other conspiracies on top of it. And then like Kirk, for example, the guy was like, I'm the one that pew-pewed him. Who's he associated with? Same fucking country. Maverick says the host does not block people's freedom to express their views. That's right, I don't, and that's why people hate me. I get hate messages from people all the time, upset that I allowed somebody to say something. And I will say, like, guys, I'm not anybody's fucking daddy here. Just that's not my job, okay? Unless somebody's interrupting and just being a jackass, And let's be honest, a lot of people don't realize that there are terrible people in this world, like the guy yesterday that told a black woman to stop chimping out. That person, Zio, for the record. If people don't see this with their own eyes, they don't know that it exists. And they sing Kumbaya and they say, oh, look, there's no racism in America anymore. Look. Bullshit. It's fucking full of racists. It's full of, as you can clearly see. Hell, we got one in the White House. Motherfucker be like, oh, swastikas and nooses. No, that's not hate speech. There's not hate symbols at all. And I thought it was weird because you would think that Israel would come out and be like, what the fuck? They ain't going to say nothing because they know they can get Donald Trump to do whatever they want him to do. Now, let me get back to this part where Trump is threatening to hang Democrats here. Like I showed this earlier. He retruthed this right here. You can see Donald J. Trump retruthed. Hang them, George Washington would. Now, thankfully, if you click on the actual post, you do get some people approving it. A short drop and a sudden stop. Oh, newsflash: treason still punishable by unaliving. Okay, so this is interesting. Yesterday, last night, in fact, when I went here and I was looking through all of these posts. Almost all of them were against what Trump was saying. Almost all of them. I mean, you've seen a smattering. But as you can see here now, maybe they've sent out their bot accounts to agree. Right? And here they are agreeing. Yeah, did you actually just repost someone saying to hang congressmen and women? You are a sick piece of shit. It's time for you to be taken out of office. Our founding fathers would have tarred and feathered. What the actual fuck is wrong with you calling for hangings? Okay, here we go. Yeah. Reported for violent threats, right? And then, so not only did he retruth that, but then he also said after it, because he retruthed a bunch of fucking like insurrection, treason. He said, this is really bad and dangerous to our country. If I can't get them to do unlawful orders, this is really bad for our country, guys. It's really bad. That's traitorous. Their words cannot be allowed to stand. Seditious behavior from traitors lock them up. Seditious behavior punishable by unaliving. This is why I like my theory is that he's doing these crazy things on purpose, either to distract, which is probably more likely, but I think he's trying to get impeached. I think he wants to be impeached. I think that's the deal. It's like, okay, Vance needs to take over now. You're a liability, so let's get you out of here, but don't resign. Let them witch hunt you, and then you can cry victim like the other Zios. And then in comes J.D. Vance. I mean, somebody had brought up yesterday about the Samsung stuff in West Africa or West Asia, North Africa. They have all of the A modeled and M modeled Samsung phones have this fucking app cloud thing installed. I looked it up yesterday. They have this program. They can't remove it. There's no like permissions that they can change or anything like that. Nobody knows what it's from. And it came from this company, sent them a message, asking them to detail exactly what it's for and how to remove it. And that brought in the conspiracy with the, the privacy issues with Samsung phones. But it's only on the cheap phones. Right, those cheap A-modeled phones. So it's like, well, if you're poor and you can't afford an expensive phone, well, we're going to monitor you because you're a bad person. That's how I took it. So they're already starting to push this surveillance shit everywhere. And Israel, for example, whenever you guys remember me telling you a story about that fucking guy where this was when cell phones first started becoming a thing. They intercepted a call from somebody in Gaza, found out that he was homosexual. So they kidnapped the fucking guy. They take him over to Israel and basically torture him and tell him that all you need to do is hand your cousin or whatever family member, I'm not sure what, how they were related, but they were related. All you got to do is take this cell phone and give it to him, and we'll take care of the rest. And we won't tell people that you're gay. That was the threat. So it's like, okay, give him the phone, eventually the call comes in and all of a sudden that dude's head's not there anymore. Because, he answers the phone, puts the phone right up to his head and just kaboom, gone. So this is, in the walkie-talkies, the pagers, this is how they're going about surveilling you. And that way they can, oh my God, we can't have any kind of anti-Semitic talk, right? You can't talk bad about Jewish people. That's what I see happening. But, maybe this is bias on my part. Maybe I'm just crazy. It's possible too. But see, there's my self-doubt coming in because I don't like it either. There was another story. Let me bring up this other story real quick. I've got it in my bookmarks here. And again, I don't have anybody in the request box. So if you're wanting to come up, you're welcome to come up. Even if you don't like what I'm saying. Especially if you don't like what I'm saying, honestly. Let's see here. 11:21. There it is. Okay, so we already went over the SMEX ring. Oh, yeah, oh my God, the Ukraine deal. Did you guys see this shit? This guy is, Putin has to be Bubba, because there's no way that Donald Trump is not blowing this guy. Right? U.S. revives Ukraine-Russia peace push with Zelensky. Actually, I've got a better one that puts it out even better. It's an Axios article. Right here. Here we go. This is the plan that he put forward for Ukraine, right? Let me put it forward here. Okay, let me get down to the bottom. Down to the bottom. All right. The full plan. So Ukraine's sovereignty will be confirmed, right? A comprehensive non-aggression agreement will be concluded between Russia, Ukraine, and Europe. All ambiguities over the last 30 years will be considered settled. Right. It's expected that Russia will not invade neighboring countries and NATO will not expand further. A dialogue will be held between Russia and NATO, mediated by the U.S., to resolve all security issues and create conditions for de-escalation in order to ensure global security, blah, blah, blah. Ukraine will receive reliable security guarantees. And in here, a U.S. official told Axios this would be an explicit security guarantee for Ukraine from the U.S., the first time that has officially been on the table during these talks. Now, they already have a security guarantee from us, guys. Right? So this isn't like new. They already have it. And Donald Trump isn't really abiding by this guarantee, but, whatever. They want to limit the size of the Ukrainian armed forces to 600,000. Let me get this straight. You get invaded by a much larger country. And one of the ways that you are, you work out a peace deal because you're whooping their ass is to limit the size of your military. Tell me that makes a lot of sense. Ukraine's army currently has 800 to 850,000 personnel and had around 250,000 before the war. Ukraine agrees to enshrine in its constitution that it will not join NATO, and NATO agrees to include in its statutes a provision that Ukraine will not be admitted in the future. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? To trade off our ability to do whatever we want to do. Because I don't like our imperialism, but I'm not going to fucking, work out a deal that will stifle us, that ultimately will help Russia. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. This guy is an asshat. NATO agrees not to station troops in Ukraine. Is U.S. going to make a deal with Ukraine and tell them what NATO is going to do? Really? Is that how we operate? NATO countries, including France and the UK, have been working on separate proposals that would include smaller numbers of European troops on Ukrainian soil after the war. This plan appears to disregard that possibility. European fighters will be stationed in Poland. The U.S. guarantee is that the U.S. will receive compensation for the guarantee. If Ukraine invades Russia, it will lose the guarantee. You notice they put that first. If Ukraine invades Russia, if Russia invades Ukraine, in addition to a decisive coordinated military response, all global sanctions will be reinstated, recognition of the new territory, and all other benefits of this deal will be revoked. If Ukraine launches a missile at Moscow or St. Petersburg without cause, the security guarantee will be deemed invalid. Ukraine is eligible for EU membership and will receive short-term preferential access to the European market while this issue is being considered. Oh, thank you. A powerful global package of measures to rebuild Ukraine include, but not limited to, creation of Ukraine Development Fund to invest in fast-growing industries. The U.S. will cooperate with Ukraine to jointly rebuild, develop, modernize, and operate their gas infrastructure. Joint efforts to rehabilitate war-affected areas for restoration, reconstruction, and modernization. Infrastructure development, extraction of minerals and natural resources. The World Bank will develop a special financing package to accelerate these efforts. It's almost like the Treaty of Versailles. Russia will be reintegrated into the global economy. I'm sorry, what? You're working at a peace deal with two countries where Russia invaded the other country, and you're going to give goodies to the invading country? I'm sorry. Can MAGA come up here and explain that one to me? You did a bad deed, so we're going to reward you. Okay, we're going to reintegrate you into the global economy. Well, how about you just don't go around in, fucking invading countries? Maybe we could start there. I don't know. Lifting of sanctions will be discussed and agreed upon. U.S. will enter a long-term economic cooperation agreement for mutual development in areas of energy, natural resources, infrastructure, artificial intelligence, data centers, rare earth metal extraction projects in the Arctic, and other mutually beneficial corporate opportunities. Russia will be invited to rejoin the G8. Oh, look, more goodies for Russia. Frozen funds will be used. $100 billion in frozen Russian assets will be invested in U.S.-led efforts to rebuild. U.S. will receive 50% of the profits from this venture. Europe will add $100 billion to increase the amount of investment available for Ukraine's reconstruction. Frozen European funds will be unfrozen. The remainder of the frozen Russian funds will be invested in a separate U.S.-Russian investment vehicle that will implement joint projects in specific areas. The fund will be aimed at strengthening relations, etc. Joint American-Russian Working Group on Security Issues will be established. More goodies for Russia. Russia will enshrine in law its policy of non-aggression towards Europe and Ukraine. Well, they already had signed one, and you notice how they didn't abide by it? The U.S. and Russia will agree to extend the validity of treaties on the non-proliferation and control of nuclear weapons. Right. Ukraine agrees to be a non-nuclear state in accordance with the treaty. The Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant will be launched under the supervision of the IAEA. How about we send the IAEA into the nuclear facilities of Israel? Can we do that? Let's try that. Put that one in there. Both countries undertake to implement educational programs in school and society aimed at promoting understanding and tolerance of different cultures. Wait. The U.S., under Donald Trump, wants to, in somebody else's country, promote tolerance of different cultures and eliminating racism and prejudice. The U.S. is so full of shit, right? We do all these fucked up, terrible things, and then we're like, but you can't do it. You are not allowed to do the things that we do. You can't. It's wrong. Ukraine will adopt EU rules on religious tolerance. Both countries will agree to abolish all discriminatory measures and guarantees. All Yahtzee ideology and activities must be rejected. I find that very interesting, given that the Coast Guard just said that swastikas and nooses aren't hate symbols. Right? And then he's like, all Yahtzee ideology and activities must be rejected and prohibited. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe, U.S., you can take a page out of your own goddamn book. How about that? Maybe we could do that. Like, guys, I'm going through this whole thing because they're never going to agree to this. This is fucking stupid. This is Donald Trump, I don't know, sitting over there, it's like, thank you, Putin. Thank you. I'm going to wipe my mouth now. That was really tasty. Thank you. Thank you, Bubba. Territories, Crimea, Luhansk, and Donetsk will be recognized as de facto Russian. So we know you got invaded Ukraine. But they're like a big country, and I love them. They gave me, and they bought like $9 million properties that were worth $500,000. So you're going to have to give up your property. I did. I sold it to them, and it was a great deal. It was the art of the deal. Fucking hell. Kherson and Zaporizhzhia will be frozen along the line of contact, which will mean de facto recognition along the line of contact, blah, 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 blah. Russia will relinquish other agreed territories it controls outside the 5 regions. Ukrainian forces will withdraw from the part of Donetsk Oblast that they currently control. You mean their country? You must remove your people from the country that is yours. These are all non-starters with Ukraine. That's never going to happen. After agreeing on future territorial arrangements, both the Russian Federation and Ukraine undertake not to change these arrangements by force. Oh, by force. You know how they added that little qualifier? Well, we didn't do it by force, okay? They took a vote. Sure, a bunch of our guys were standing there with guns pointed at them, but they took a vote, okay? We didn't force them to do it. Any security guarantees will not apply in the event of a breach of this commitment. Horseshit. Russia will not prevent Ukraine from using Dnieper River for commercial activities, and agreements will be reached on the free transport of grain across the Black Sea. A humanitarian committee will be established to resolve outstanding issues. All remaining prisoners and bodies will be exchanged on an all-for-all basis. Blah, blah, blah. Family reunification program. Ukraine will hold elections in 100 days. All parties involved in this conflict will receive full amnesty for their actions during the war and agree not to make any claims or consider any complaints in the future. Guys, if your crimes are so egregious and so opposed to humanity and humankind, you too can get agreements like this one where you won't be prosecuted. If your crimes are bad enough, that's what they'll say. We just want it to end, so we're just going to say we won't get in trouble, and we won't get you in trouble. And if you were in J6, you will get reparations. but not the black people of America. No. Fucking crazy. Hold on, Pyre, what did you say? So what episode does the asteroid hit? Right? Like, what? This timeline is the weirdest fucking timeline ever, y'all. This agreement will be legally binding and its implementation will be monitored and guaranteed by the Peace Council. Headed by President Donald J. Trump, sanctions will be imposed for violations. Right. So, I don't know. Who in here thinks that that's going to work? Who in here thinks that Zelensky's going to be like, okay, all right, guys, we're going to do it. Finally, we're just going to give up the land and let them have it. Fuck it. But you know what they did simultaneous to this? I don't know if you've heard. Let me pull this up. At the same time that Trump and Putin are working all this out, some controversy around Zelensky just conveniently pops up, right? And so over the last, 10 days or so, let me pull this up here. You've got scandal. You've got a scandal talking about an investigation into state-owned nuclear power company has reached members of Volodymyr Zelensky's inner circle. And what they found, though, was that many of the guys that were in the government that were taking these kickbacks from this energy company, they fled to Russia. Several of the people that were in on this shit, they were Russian. They don't really want to talk about that. But apparently this guy's right-hand man, Zelensky's right-hand man, may have been exposed in this kickback scheme, right? And so as they're working on this deal, all of a sudden this stuff comes. This is psychological warfare. This is try to put Zelensky in a position where he feels like he's, got little choice. But I don't think Zelensky is a pussy like Donald Trump. I just don't think he is. Okay. Donald Trump may be one that would do that, but I don't think Zelensky is. He's far more of a man than Donald Trump ever wanted to be. Ukrainian anti-corruption agencies exposed the scheme 10 days ago, but they have unfurled the case slowly, revealing information almost every day through wiretap recordings and court testimony. A steady stream of details fed a sense of a growing scandal that could reach the highest levels of Ukraine's leadership. At the heart of the case is Energoatom. Energoatom. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that, but the nuclear power company investigators said that the participants in the scheme had pressured Energoatom contractors to pay kickbacks of 10 to 15%. If contractors refused, they were denied payments owed by Energoatom. According to investigators, schemes, they said, exploited a rule under martial law that prevents contractors from collecting debts in court from companies providing essential services. So this whole thing is odd, especially if U.S. media latches onto this, because a lot of people are, oh my God, look what they're doing. Like, these people are being attacked. Their substations are being attacked. Their power grids are being attacked. Their fucking cities, their civilians are being attacked by Russia and invaded, obviously. And these people want to bitch about $100 million is what they're claiming was, fraudulently whatever. But if you go into the U.S., our politicians been doing this shit for a long time. You just had a motherfucker in Ohio, okay? This fucking piece of absolute trash garbage. Let me pull this up. This was just 5 years ago, what have you. GOP House Speaker arrested in connection to $60 million bribery scheme. They passed legislation to give a $1.3 billion bailout. And to get this, for the company to get this, they were giving kickbacks, campaign contributions, and shit to these Republicans who would then pass this bill. And even more recently, we've had a guy in Texas get busted for doing this. He took like $600,000 himself. What the fuck? I can't remember the guy's name, but in Texas, several states. So, don't throw stones when you live in a glass house, right? Anybody in the U.S. that's like, oh my God, This country that's at war, they really have to focus on the corruption. We're not at war and we're doing these things, right? And the taxpayers are actually paying for these companies to get this welfare shit. And people are talking about, oh my God, somebody was driving an Escalade to the grocery store and I saw them buy like Tutti Fruttis. And when they should have actually got, granola or oatmeal. But no, they were there buying cereal. They bought pop. They bought chips. These motherfuckers worrying about these people buying food that they don't think that they should have. While they say nothing about a $1.3 billion bailout that the fucking company itself paid these politicians and bribed them for their votes. Come on. So, very timely that Zelensky and fucking, Zelensky and this peace talk crap comes out at the same time. It's total coincidence, If you bring this up, that's it wasn't on purpose, right? It is crazy, isn't it, Maverick? These fucking people are wild. Now, guys, we're almost to 25K. Please keep tapping. We got 1K to go. Let's get to 25K and just keep pushing. We only got 44 people in here. I could restart, but I don't really give a shit. Good news, I get to see my wife all week. So my shows next week are going to be like maybe an hour. I may not even do the show at all next week. But because my wife and I are like 9 hours apart. So I haven't seen her in about a month or so. I don't remember how long it was. So yeah, I mean, if you want to help, thank you, Maverick. If you want to help out Crash App and Vimo, that'd be great. I think currently Lonnie is in the lead here with I almost said grifting. Thank you for the grifting. I grift so well. Okay. Grift me on Crash App. Anyway. And also I do have the gifting goal. Oh, thank you. Who is that? Aaron Squared. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you for the heart me. And we achieved the goal. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Give me a second. I've got another story that I wanted to go over. And then, if we don't move towards that, and I don't have anybody requesting up, so we'll just shut her down early. It gives me time to prepare. I'm going to get the rose petals out. You know what I'm saying? Some rose petals. Going to go all the way from the driveway into the bedroom. Just kidding. My wife's actually watching. Don't judge me, okay? All right. Let me do some donuts here. Bow chicken, Aaron. Exactly. Oh shit. Oh, all right. Let me start this donut goal here. Damn it! What else? I was gonna do something else. Now I got sidetracked because now you got me thinking about my damn wife. I miss the hell out of that woman, though. All right. It's going to be awesome, guys, all week. It's going to be fucking great. Yes, Aaron. Aaron, are you going live today? Please come up and tell the people about your live, please. By all means. If you'd like to come up. Are people even able to come up? So, I mean, there we go. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, because it looks like I'm probably going to end up shutting down early today. So are you going live today?
Yes. Howdy, hi. I go to live 12 Central until whenever. My topics right now is MAGA supporters, what level. Actually, let me just show you the picture because I am horrible at describing. Hold on. It is... What stage are you in? And I have 5 stages.
Here, let me see if I can pull that up there. Let's see. It's probably going to get cut off. Damn it.
But it's basically it's denial, psychosis, delusion, regret, and there's one more. I just can't remember what it is. And I want them to, where are you?
What's next?
Where are you in this reality of what you voted for and what you're getting? Are you getting your ROI on this vote?
That's fucking funny. That's awesome. So, guys, please, here in the next hour and a half will be for Central Time at noon. You can go check out Erin's live, and if you haven't followed her, please follow her. A wealth of information you can get from her. So,
Thank you. I
yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah, no, well, thank Maverick because Maverick fucking reminded me because I'm over here thinking about my wife.
Right.
Even though I see in the
Listen,
comments, my mind is elsewhere. So.
Yeah, we saw you start stumbling and fumbling when you start thinking about your wife. So we know next week we ain't gonna be.
I'm
seeing
sweating
you
now, okay, guys. I don't know if you can see, but it's getting hot in here, y'all. All right.
Exactly.
I need the bounce. Wow, wow. I need the sound effect. Hold on. Let me get that. Let me get that shit squared away. That way I don't miss the opportunity for a good sound effect here. Let's see. Maverick says he's on wiggly worm mode. That's fucking funny. Hold on. I got it. Let's see. I don't think this is it. That ain't it. That's fucking Lil Wayne. Here we go. No, that ain't it either. Oh, maybe it is.
There you go.
Come on. That ain't it either. I'll get it though. Cause see, it would have been perfect if I'd have played that while I'm like, I get to see the wife today.
Right.
Wow, wow. Anyway.
And we don't see, we know priorities.
And
we understand.
And do it, lady. Do it, lady. You guys, have you seen that TikTok channel? The Do It
Which
Lady
one?
guy, the fucking, God, what is his name? I can't remember his name. Hold on. I got it. Fucking, oh my goodness. Carrie, thank you for the $25. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's awesome. And I am also happy that my wife is coming home. Yes. So, okay. So let me ask you guys this. I'm here. It's just me and my son here, right? And she's elsewhere. Does that make me a single parent? I actually asked my wife this.
Too hard, loves his kids and never stops.
Yeah, it's good. I asked my wife this. I don't remember what we were joking about, but it was more of a goof. But I'm like, I wonder what people would think if I called myself a single parent. Even though I'm happily married, I just don't. It's just me and my boys. So of course he's 16 now. I don't know if that counts anymore. He's got his own life.
Well, that's a raging hormone stage. That's when it really gets tough.
That's true, but my son is amazing. I mean, ever since he was a baby, this boy, he would literally, as a baby, he would sleep like this. He'd clasp his hands behind his back, behind his head, and he would sleep just like that, just total calm. I'm jealous of my son's ability to not give a fuck. It's pretty remarkable. He didn't get that from me. Because I always give a fuck. Sadly. But no, let me look to the comments and see what people think if I'm... Maverick said, hell no. Was that hell no that I'm not a single parent? The Chit Show. That's right. Chit. You haven't seen Chit, Erin?
Okay, I just looked him up. Yes, I have seen the guy with like the bowl cut.
Yeah, do it,
And
lady.
Yes, I've
Do it,
seen
lady.
it.
Oh my fucking God, that guy's it's like The Office, meets I don't know, Jim Carrey.
I'm
let's see.
obsessed with oh my gosh, let me get the name of it. It is the Auntie T. It's like a Filipino girl. She plays like her old auntie going to the casino. And like she remakes songs and it's all about going to the casino. It is the funniest thing I have seen in a very long time.
And who is
the
it?
reason why it's so funny to me is because she reminds me of my aunts. My aunt spent a whole 2 weeks in the hospital and she got out and the very next day she was at the casino. And it is so funny because it is so true how she does these skits.
What's her name? Auntie, what is it?
Hey, hold on, let me see. It is
I'm gonna look this up. All right, it's goof time, y'all. We'll just goof off here for a minute because it's Friday. Ain't got no job. Ain't got shit to do.
Leela T.
Leela T. All right, let's look this up.
It is so funny.
Leela T. Like
And let's see, just one-
L-E-L-A?
Lila, then T.
Okay, L-I-L-A. Okay.
Yeah.
Leela.
And then like she's like, I found the end of the rainbow, and it was a casino. She's like, casino.
Okay, is it
Yes, that's
is this
it.
this is
Yes.
her? Okay. All right. Roddy Rich. The younger girl, is that her granddaughter or something?
No, that's the girl. She plays both roles. But for
Oh.
someone who has someone like that in my family, like my two aunts, it is like that. Like everything.
Wow.
Is, let's go to Two Kings. Let's go to Two Kings. I'm like, y'all just went, but I didn't win anything. Let's go back.
Man, I used to work at a casino, y'all. I can't tell you, these people, if a machine is going good for them, they will literally piss themselves because they don't want to get up and lose their machine. Happens every night.
Yes. And then because I went to Vegas, like I've gone. I'm not a gambler, but like one year I went to Vegas like 4 times. There was a bunch of stuff going on. I played $20. I left with 12. That was enough for me. I need to return on my investment, right? But I could absolutely understand because like I wanted to play like the old school games where you pull the lever down.
Yes, I love those.
I don't want the fake pull the lever down and it's all automated. No, I want the old school ones.
Thank you.
That is the one.
Well, because when my wife and I got married in Vegas, it actually spit out fucking quarters.
Mm-hmm.
So if you won bigger, I mean, this shit would just come out and it was awesome. And now you get those fucking tickets like you get everywhere else. I can't stand it. And it won't even give you change anymore. Those machines, it'll just off into the fucking ether. I think maybe you can donate it. I don't remember because we went back there for our 26th anniversary, and it wasn't. I don't know. The appeal is gone. It's so corporate now. It sucks.
Yeah,
it really
not
sucks.
The same.
Yeah, it isn't. It isn't. But no, I know what you mean. The feeling and that reel spinning. Yeah.
Yes. And then like one of the times when I would like the first time, like my aunts, they were going because like they're like I guess diamond players. I don't know. They're up there, so they are able to get accommodations and everything for free because they spend so much. So I had did their flights for them, and then I had the week off, and so my sister was like, let's surprise them. So I didn't tell them anything. So we showed up. They were from Columbia. They were connecting to Atlanta works where I lived at the time. And so while they were waiting on their flight, me and my sister just stroll up. And then they're like, what? You're coming. And we were sitting right behind them. They did not know. So when I tell you, when they go to the casino, they do not move. We were at Caesars. They didn't know that big mall was behind Caesars in there. And the only thing she kept saying was, "This is something to behold."
That's the Venetian Mall you're talking about, right? It's got that fucking river that runs in it, and you can get on the boat. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't even know that I was even back there. And so I told them, I'm like,
that place is awesome.
One of my aunts, she's had some of her toes amputated. Long story. But I told her, order a scooter. You can scoot around. She's like, no, I'll just walk. So the reason why she didn't go anywhere is because she had difficulty walking. And I'm like, Margaret, get a scooter. So I rented her a scooter so she could go and see all of that. And she's like, I had no idea. She had been there 4 days. Didn't know any of that was back there.
That's crazy. Well, when you went, did they have the tram running too? The tram where you can take it along the strip? That fucking thing is awesome, by the way.
No, because like they don't leave they literally don't leave the casino.
They just stay there. Yeah, no, we was taking trips because you can go to the other casinos. Like, they got walkways that go over the strip. And so you can take that tram all the way basically to the end of it. And I can't remember the name of the casino, maybe MGM. And then you can walk across like over the strip.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, they don't know the power of being a diamond player. Like they were going to the Bacchanal, like they wanted to go to the buffet, and I was like, "Well, you're a diamond player. Your host should have set up all these reservations." She's like, "Oh, I didn't
Right.
know that." And then so there was like a 2 hour long line for the buffet, and I was like, "But you're diamond. You
Eesh.
should get preference." And they was like, "Oh, you're diamond. Right this way. We have a table for you." And they were like, "I didn't know this." It was
Nice.
hilarious.
Yeah. No, that I played an escape room in that mall with the river. It fucking oh my god! It took us forever to find it because we kept getting lost up in that bitch. Because I mean that thing goes like all over the place.
Yes.
But no, that escape room was pretty awesome.
Yes.
I can't remember the name of it, but it was really good. Pyre, what's up?
Oh, nothing. Figured I'd come chat for a little bit between quite literally playing video games and drinking iced coffee because not only did my first master's degree get reclassified, the
Oh
one
God.
the one that I'm going for right now got reclassified too. So I
Wow.
gave myself the motherfucking day off. But how's everybody else?
That's crazy.
That is
Fucking
crazy.
nuts, man. I was like, really? So we're just gonna, you know what? Fuck it. My Pentagon, I'm my iced coffee, and I have my Marvel Rivals, and everything else can just fucking suck a toe.
Yeah. Now the reclassifying it as not professional. I mean, it'll still, you can still get hired on at places with those degrees. What all does that affect, from your understanding?
So it affects the amount of federal student aid you're going to be able to get, which will then, I mean, obviously be little to none, right? You're going to have to take out private, like we're talking like Sally Mae student loans and all this other crap, where the
Right.
APR is way more intense than your FAFSA or any of your federal student aid, even though that's high to begin with. There's then with your private loans, there's no chance for loan forgiveness. You know what I mean? It makes things exponentially more complicated to pay for your classes, especially graduate school, because they don't want you going to college, mind you. They don't want you getting an undergrad. Now you want even more educate. Now you want to be even smarter. No, fuck that. You're not allowed to do that.
Right.
Yeah,
And you know,
capitalism.
I mean, because think about this. Trump is simultaneous to that doing this. Let me pull this up. Sale of student loan portfolio could be next target of Trump education department. So the federal loans that are exist, under the federal government, he's wanting to sell them back to private companies. So then now you're going to owe your debt to a private company instead of the federal government. And that'll also remove the protections that you would normally have under federal law.
So now
I wonder if they
A
read
pennies
like
on the dollar, by the way,
Yeah.
will take a
But I wanted-
loss.
Yeah. What I wanted to look into as well was what effect the reclassification of these degrees was going to have on the actual professions themselves,
Mhm.
right? Because now, if this isn't a professional degree, is this a professional career? And I said it earlier in the comments. Man, by the way, your numbers today, man, TikTok fucking hates your ass today. We love the TikTok shop because I'm talking shit on them, but they hate
Fuck
it.
the Zios.
But so I'll say it again in front of all these fucking 35 whole people. Pay attention, because a lot of these careers that are going to be affected and these degrees that have been reclassified are mandated reporters. They are specifically people that work with children, disabled people,
Right.
high
Yeah, like
risk
social workers. Social workers.
social workers, right?
Fucking
Social
hell.
workers, speech pathologists, physician assistants, physician nursing, all of these things. But you want to know what's still a professional degree? Theology.
Wrestling.
Theology. So if you want to go take Sky Daddy 101 or Imaginary Friend 404, they'll fucking shovel money at you. But if
Right.
you want to be a part of a helping profession, you're now up Schitt's Creek without a fucking boat.
Yep. Audiologists, architects, accountants, educators, social workers. It really is fucking gross. Like,
Yeah.
The
it's,
comprehensive list is much scarier. So much scarier.
yeah, it's, I don't know. I don't really understand.
It's
Like
like, what's the point of this?
that is what I was
Except for
stammering over. Yes.
the mandated reporters, and that these fields are highly they hire a lot of women.
They're pink collar jobs.
Yeah.
It's largely pink collar lines of work and mandated reporters. So obviously, like we all know, they don't care about women and children. They want children. There are now some states that want to pass laws to give 13-year-olds special provision licenses to drive on highways if they have to go to fucking work. Okay.
Yeah, and then they're
Crazy.
going to move some of the Department of Education stuff over to the Department of Labor.
Correct.
Yeah. So you know, which an argument can be made there that that's not a terrible thing, because if you're setting kids up in high school who would like go to a trade school, for example, with jobs, I'm okay with that. That seems like a good idea. But if like you think that's the only purpose of education, unless it's a private school, because their own kids aren't going to be treated that way. Their own kids aren't going to be the pipeline into slavery, essentially.
The part is it creates that pipeline. It gives the illusion of choice, because if you're going to tell me that the administration and the people that lead our government only view public education as a means to get a job, not a career, not a further education, not even a satisfying of any sort of intellectual fucking curiosity, not social emotional learning, anything, right? If you're telling me, that means you're looking in my fucking face and you're telling me that the only thing my children are good to you for is a fucking body to keep your factory seat warm, and you can go fuck yourself. Because my children, if they want to go work in a factory and keep your fucking factory seat warm because they chose to, go the fuck ahead. You be the best fucking factory worker you want. I don't give a shit as long as you have goals, aspirations, and you're happy. But you're certainly not going to force them to fucking do it.
Like HVAC, though, is something I've thought about getting into, even because, you can get into that. You can get in and out within a year and a half, and you can even be hired before your fucking year is up. Like, a lot of times you'll get hired before you're even done with the school, and you had to finish. Because you don't technically have to learn how to do those things. You don't technically have to go to school,
No, you don't. Here's right now there's something called, I can't remember, Penn something, and I'll get more information on it because a lot more people should know about it. But my son, who is a sophomore in high school, just went to a career like a trade fair. And one of the places is offering free electrical apprenticeship.
That's good money.
I told him, if you do not fill out that paper, because he loves working with electronics, and he struggles with school. He's not an anti-intellectual. The kid is a terrible fucking test taker, and he doesn't know if he wants to go to college. Meanwhile, my other one is already in a trade school. She got in, her grades are great, she's going, but still, these are the choices, these are the differences in my children that I, as a parent, am going to work with. Not want to live in a society where you're looking at me and you're telling me, nah, they're just either. So what? I either go with fucking Elon Musk's version of my children, which is they're only good for factory workers, or I go with Curtis Yarvin's fucking version of my children, and they're only good to make oil.
Right.
Literal make oil, like be turned into fucking oil.
Yeah, it's faux reality says HVAC is a path to being a millionaire. HVAC people can make really good money, guys. They're always looking for people. Because I tell you what, my fucking air conditioning goes out. That's the most important person in my life in that moment.
Yep.
Or my heat, which happened the other day. Fucking one of the capacitors built in 1776, for the record. This capacitor, it was like, of course, I didn't know what to look for. And I'm looking at this bitch and I'm like, I could have changed that motherfucker myself. Thankfully, though, I have a really good HVAC guy, and they don't grape you on these things. It was, just over $100 I paid for them to do it. So, it was really good, but I don't know. Anyway, Aaron, I thought maybe you were trying to get in there.
No, I was agreeing. It's like this administration, well, Republicans in general, They don't understand that it takes all types. You need intellectuals and you need tradesmen. It's not one or the other.
Absolutely.
And they're so short-sighted. They're not seeing the long-term effects of this, just like their policies. They don't see the long-term effects.
Yeah,
Well, and I think
firefighters too. You're right.
I
Firefighters,
think that what a
absolutely.
lot of people don't. I think a lot of people need to stop also creating this like separation between intellectuals and tradesmen too, right? And I'm not saying that's what you did, Aaron. You didn't do that, and I know you wouldn't because you're not like that.
Mm-hmm.
But there are people that are like, oh, you are only a tradesman if you didn't get into college, or you're only going to go into one of those things if you're not smart. Hell no, you're just a fucking different kind of smart, because I
Absolutely.
certainly can't go and fix the half of the shit that a tradesman could fix. I can't go operate a crane. I can't go fucking weld something. So like, no,
I mean, I
there's just
could,
different-
but I wouldn't get on it if it was a bicycle. Okay.
Oh, certainly not. No, I wouldn't get on it if it was a fucking 2-inch platform.
Does this look
over the
good?
ground.
Shit, I'd fuck that all up. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean, you're right, but there are a lot of opportunities that there aren't too expensive, because I think for the HVAC around here it was like $10,000. It used to be much cheaper, but even $10,000 investment for something you're going to pay back within the first year, pretty fucking cheap.
And a lot of places are offering apprenticeships a lot cheaper now because of how high demand a lot of these trades are at the moment, right?
Yep. Well, because they pushed us for so long. Go to college, go to college, go to college. My ass, I went to college and I'm like, puffing and I'm playing fucking game. Like I wasn't ready because I didn't want to be there, but I felt like I needed to in order to like not disappoint my mom or make her feel like she failed, right? That was what was going through my head.
Well, that's the great thing. They told us all to do it. Go to college, get the degree. You're a loser. Oh, you want to wind up like that trash man? You want to wind up like the sanitation people? Neglecting to tell us that they were in the process of absolutely ruining the economy, right? And knowing that they were. And also neglecting to tell us, well, you can live the American dream just like mommy and daddy did, but mommy and daddy didn't go to fucking college to live it.
Right.
It just so happens that their country was still working for them.
Yeah.
And they look down, they quote, air quote, look down upon garbage men, but let there be a sanitation strike. They will lose their mind, don't know what to do. Because they don't realize it takes all types of professions to make a society function. And that is why everyone should be entitled to a livable wage and not more. Because
That's right.
as soon as one sector shuts down, you lose your mind. Don't know what to do. I know I'm not made for rough living. I'm not made for homestead life. So I want everyone to get paid what they need to pay, because I know that is not my ministry. I can't do it.
Put in my bones by any single one of my fucking colonizing ancestors. Let's be fucking real. Not
colonizer.
Days worth of fucking hard work was instilled in my fucking bones as a white person. So let's just start there. But no, I want. And the crazy thing is a living wage. So many people, I'm like, what kills me about so many Democrats even still, are they're like, we're fighting for you guys. We're fighting for 15.
For 15, yeah.
Wrong.
That was like 15 years ago, more like it.
Exactly.
And they're still going on about $15. I'm like, motherfucker, this shit's more like $28.30 anymore. Like, what the hell? Of course, some of these people don't even buy their own groceries. They haven't shopped in a long time. I remember fucking, what was it, Hillary Clinton couldn't even get the damn gas pump to work. She couldn't figure out how to work the damn gas pump. Remember that?
But somehow Donald Trump knows how to work at McDonald's.
That shit was funny. I mean, kudos to him for putting that out there and showing people that, how to like campaign properly.
Right.
I'm not sure if that's the best way to go about it, but the gist is clear to me anyway.
But you have to give it to
people don't
Republicans. They know how to campaign. They run great campaigns and messaging.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to governing, they don't know what to do.
Right.
except just do money grabs for themselves, like this $500,000 payout to senators. Like
That's
that,
right.
like that is just crazy to me. And somehow it's okay for our information to be accessed and us not to have any recourse. But senators' information are accessed because they were breaking the law and concluding to overthrow the government, and they get a $500,000 payout per device. Thank you, Sonia. Crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, let me real quick. I just want to because I put this in my bookmarks. This is fucking Laura Loomer. Listen to this dumbass. President Trump just reposted a Truth Social calling for seditious Democrat senators to be hung for calling on members of the military to defy President Trump's orders as commander-in-chief. Trump is right. That's the type of justice Americans want to see. And then she reposts this. These people are fucking disgusting. Right? I mean, is that not just insightful? Like,
But I thought the left was the violent ones.
Oh, well, we still are. We still
Right.
are. We still are. It just, it's if you wear a dress, and they don't think that you should, that's violent to them. Oh my
Right.
God.
And inflatable
You're grooming
outfits.
our children while they literally grape them.
Right. We're the violent ones, but we're also the scaredy cat snowflakes. And we're also the crazy ones, but we're also the ones that need safe spaces to hide in. Fucking which one is it?
Right.
Pick an eye. Pick a fucking eye. Look at me in one of them, because I can't figure out which one you want me to be. Because I can be both while I'm literally punching you in the fucking teeth. But
I mean, what is the response to that? Just ignore it? I don't know. I mean, because, when somebody tells you they're going to unalive you, what do you do?
that's a threat. It's a threat.
It is a threat.
Fucking
Yeah.
threat. If I were to even insinuate on this live that I wanted to unalive someone that I didn't agree with on this panel, I would probably have either that person or somebody other take legal action against me, and that legal
Yep.
action would fucking hold in court.
FBI'd be it. Is the FBI open up?
I'm like, excuse me, hi, are you like my peer? Are you peer?
That's funny.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, on November 21st, 2025 at 10:59 Central Time, you said.
Right. You were
Motherfuckers.
sitting in your rolly chair in front of your TV with your controller in your hand and your phone in the other one.
They're like, we had 37 agents in there watching. If you notice, I got 42 people watching. All of my people are like FBI and fucking Zios watching. It's like, nobody watches you anymore, liberal. Just the officials. Fucking crazy. Well, I'm going to shut down here in a little bit. But guys, if you haven't followed Erin, please do. And then check her out. She says she's going live 12 Central. That is 1 hour from now. So mark your calendars, mark your clocks. Jack in the Box, what's up?
Hey, just have really quick. You might have heard of it, but just wanted to know it's in line with what you guys were talking about. Did you hear about Natalie Green? She's the 26-year-old ex-GOP staffer for Van Drew.
I've heard something about that. I read about it yesterday.
The false allegations she made. Did she hurt herself or paid to have herself hurt and then claimed it was other people?
Where they slice her up with the
Yep.
things out in the woods. Right.
That TDS, man.
Fake
that
news.
TDS.
That's fake
And
news.
she literally has a Maserati. So she's like a Rutgers law student, or was, I guess.
Well, she's
Now
so
she's, you know,
smart.
going through-
The zip
But,
ties
well,
she
I don't-
used on herself, she kept them in the car. Okay, that's how
that,
smart.
That and the co-conspirator had to look up zip ties near me. I'm like, these people have never been in a Home Depot, I guess. Like, I mean, zip ties are not something it's hard to find. I'm glad they got caught, but literally the TDS is strong. Like, literally imagine being that young, and she was a pretty girl. You know, imagine being that young, your life's going well, you have a Maserati. I'm guessing that's from her parents, unless, I don't know, maybe she has something else on her resume that got her that much money to get that kind of a car. And yet, you're gonna act insane. And then blame it on other people. I'm glad they caught her, but it's deranged. It's so deranged. Anyway, so I just wanted to make sure you had heard about it, which obviously you're on top of all of this, but I only just heard about it, and I'm like, oh, how did I miss this? So
Yeah, it's fucking, that's crazy. No longer do we have to say Smoletted. Now we can say, what was her last name? I don't remember. Green? You've been greened.
green with an E at the end. Yeah.
You've been greened. You've been greened. Fucking, you know, 'cause even I engaged in the you've been Smoletted. Who here thinks that Jussie didn't fake it? Does anybody believe that he didn't fake it? Okay, because I used to say Smoletted whenever I felt like it was a fake story, but now it's greened. Because these people,
up with the greens, man.
I know that there was like some documentary that came out about it. I haven't watched it, so I can't speak on it. But there's some funky stuff all the way around with all of that.
Yeah.
From his side to the prosecution. I just haven't watched it or looked more into it because I got bigger fish to fry.
Right. Oh, the Smollett case. Yeah, I mean, he's maintained his innocence. So, I don't know what all. I haven't followed it either. I just, it was funny because the right freaked out so much about it. But now they've got a cutter on their hands.
Yeah, which that's just like, sorry, Light, my prayer. Sorry.
Near me. That fucking just sent me into orbit. I actually just stopped laughing at zip ties near me. I can't. Start again.
No, let me pull up this article real quick. It's pretty.
I'm glad that it happened because I'm glad they got caught and that no one else is like that. They didn't even really get a chance to, or it doesn't seem like from the articles I read they didn't get a chance to point out someone specific. They just were like, oh, 3 men that we don't know, or that's what I've read around the news around it. So I'm glad that they did something that's stupid because I'm glad that they were able to be caught so quickly in their lies before some innocent person was dragged into this. But really, I think that the bigger part that's interesting to me about this story is like the level of derangement, like the level that all of this like really insane politics right now is affecting all of us, even on their end. I don't feel super sorry for her, but at the same time, it's like that takes a certain amount of instability.
Yes.
And yes, I think
they're
that
all unstable. We're not dealing. They're not dealing in a full deck here. They maybe got 26 cards.
Oh no, completely. Like it probably they already still had like a raging fire within them, but also the amount that I do think that there's blame on the political scene for just throwing gas over it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that it's all their fault, okay? Because obviously there's personal responsibility here for a 26-year-old, and that it has to do with that person's individual situation. But also I think that like even the stress that all of this on both sides has given us, like it's like just pouring gasoline over with all of this stuff, for people who are already maybe on the line.
Yeah, court documents say police then arrived on the scene and found Green with her hands and feet tied with zip ties and her shirt over her head and also bound with a zip tie. Police noted multiple phrases were written on her body. She used a scarification artist, by the way, to do those cuts with the scalpel.
In Pennsylvania,
including one stating her employer is racist and another phrase that said, Trump whore. According to the criminal complaint, police learned the story was fabricated after further investigation, finding out about Green's payment to a body modification artist to make the cuts on her body based on a pattern that Green had allegedly provided. In Green's car, investigators say they found zip ties that appeared similar to the ones found at the scene, and police say the co-conspirators' phone search history also included a search for, and this is for you, Pyre, zip ties near me from 2 days before the alleged attack. I'm just praying for her and wish her the very best, Van Drew said. I don't know any more than you all do, and we never would interfere with an investigation or a criminal process. Like, what the fuck, man?
I can't anymore. I can't. This is the darkest fucking timeline. It has to be. Because if there's, you know what? It can't, maybe not the darkest. It's certainly the fucking weirdest. It
is weird. It is fucking weird. We're dealing with a lot of weird shit, y'all. And now we're having to watch these people. Yeah, but they weren't 8. The kids weren't 8. They were
My husband didn't know
barely
about
legal 15-year-old. I just can't get over this because it grosses me out so much because I've had a 15-year-old
Kelly's
daughter.
so gross.
And
Megyn
what the
Kelly.
fuck, guys? What the fuck is wrong with people? I don't get it.
Megyn Kelly chose the grift a long time ago, though, because remember the first time that Trump ran, she actually, wasn't horrible as a moderator. Like she was. I hated her on Fox News even prior to him running in 2016, but she did a good job enough that he went after her. He's like blood are coming out of her eyes or her wherever, and she really disliked him. It was kind of very vocal about that, and then she's since just after the money. And it's really sad too, because it's so short-sighted. Because, it's not even, you're affecting people's mental health. You're affecting the country as a whole. That doesn't make the country safe for you to live in. You can hide in your bunker for as long as you want, but really, how you affect the country and society, it's gonna come back around. It's just
Yep.
you know what I mean? It's just so short-sighted where even if I think of these people, I'm like, okay, pretend that I'm just super narcissistic. I only care about myself, because I try to make logical sense, which probably that's a losing battle already because the point is there is no logic. But even if you're a totally evil person just in it for yourself, at some point you live in the world with everyone else. What are you going to do? Hide in a bunker for the rest of your life? Hide in an island for the rest of your life? We saw even during C-19,
They
they
wanted
would
to.
still all they all had parties with each other. They didn't even like the isolation. You know what I mean? At some point you need other people, or you want other people, even if you're just totally into yourself and the most antisocial person ever. You still have some need for community. So even on a totally selfish level, or you don't want to go pick all your food, or you're going to need people at some point.
Even Larry Summers needs people. That's why he reached out to Epstein for dating advice. Did you guys see that shit?
Yes, insane.
Fucking weird.
Insane.
Yep.
But still, that's why I'm just these people are really, really stupid. Because even if they're just totally evil, this doesn't match up, I think, with their long-term goals. I don't see this really working out for them. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being naive. Maybe I'm just dumb and they really have some better evil master plan. I don't know. But
Well, they do, because remember in October, RFK was in the Oval Office saying that sperm count for young boys were 50% lower than men at 65, and girls are hitting puberty 6 years earlier. So he was basically suggesting that old men should have babies with young girls because teenage boys can't do it.
Ew. And also, that's not even correct in science. But ew.
But then again, this is the same guy who also links autism to circumcision.
He's ridiculous.
And Tylenol.
And for Tylenol, yeah. No, he's ridiculous. I hate him, and I say that as a lawyer myself. Even as a lawyer myself, and being raised by family who are doctors and everything, I still am doing biomedical engineering in college. So I understand biology. I understand studies and PubMed and research and all that. I still would never accept a job as head of the health department because I want a doctor in that role. I don't want a lawyer, okay? And I love the legal profession, okay? But I still, it's the wisdom to know what you don't know, okay? You can know a lot, but he gets me so mad.
I wonder if there's 100% chance of autism if when you get circumcised, you're then given Tylenol. Right. Is that 100% chance? I don't know.
Update on Tylenol?
No, let's hear it. I know they sold to another company.
They actually after the sale, they walked that claim back and said, just consult your doctor.
Of course, they wanted to buy it up for cheap. This is a fire sale of companies to create more monopolies.
And more money to health insurance. Because if you get a fever while you're pregnant, that's very dangerous for a pregnancy you want. That's very dangerous to the baby. And so you're going to probably go to the ER. That's much more expensive than just buying some Tylenol and treating the fever early. There's a lot of this that actually it's very dark in that it would up money. And again, also, I'm not trying to discourage anyone from going to the hospital. If you need to go to the hospital and please prioritize your health care, but also this kind of then his anti-vax stuff, that also is something where then if you have to treat measles or polio versus if you were just protected against it from the vaccine, that's suddenly tens of thousands of dollars to treat it.
Well, to that point, I want to say if the government was trustworthy, maybe people wouldn't be afraid of those jabs.
Yeah.
This
Well, but also
government has a history of unaliving people through biological means.
Yeah. No, and I'm not undermining that, but we know that Trump just got his third booster in like October or September or something like that. So also look at what they do for themselves. So what is it? Is he stupid and doesn't know what he's getting? Or is he just lying to all of you, but meanwhile he makes sure he gets the boosters for himself? Like, so which one is it? Is he evil or is he stupid or both? Like at some point.
Well, we know he's a liar.
Well, yeah, that too.
So I
But-
would choose that option if I had to
I agree.
choose.
But
Yeah.
I agree. That's more a rhetorical question for all of us. Not like you guys are smart. You know what I mean? But it's like
Yeah, I don't know, but it does seem weird to me that we jab our babies with a bunch of that stuff. Like the number of jabs that babies are getting now is way more than it ever used to be. It seems kind of weird to me that you wouldn't like elongate that schedule. You know what I mean?
I think in some ways it kind of depends. Like for example, when you have an animal, which yes, we're not animals, but when you have a pet like a cat or a dog, there's certain ages that they can get all their vaccines. But like until they reach those ages, it's definitely recommended to like not put them down on the sidewalk. Like don't take them for walks, keep them in a very controlled area so that they don't catch what they're going to get at a certain the vaccine that they're going to get at a certain thing. So there is science around that even on an animal front. But what you try to do if you're a responsible pet owner and listening to what your vet says, you are also during that time very much limiting the ground that your animal, your dog or your cat touches so that they don't contract some of these things before they're fully protected. So it kind of, yeah, that's something that we don't even only do for humans in terms of like the vaccine world and protecting from these really detrimental diseases.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to fault somebody
their own.
for not trusting this pharmaceutical fucking conglomerate that we have and this government pushing it. Well, I don't fault anybody for not trusting that. I mean, look what they did to black people, Tuskegee syphilis experiment.
That, and
as
do we
an
have any
example.
updates on Adriana Smith? Like I remember that the baby's been extracted.
The baby was
from
born,
her.
yeah. Didn't they
Well,
let the body
extracted.
die?
She's not there. I wouldn't even call it born. But I don't know what happened to her. So maybe she's just all right. And how's that baby even doing? Like, is it because it was at such a young age and it already was in a body that was just being, held together by the whole Adriana Smith thing. My heart breaks for her. My heart. It was preventable when she first went in and they just dismissed her. And then also, respect for what the family and she wanted was completely overridden by this stupid hospital basically doing an experiment to like, oh, can we have a brain dead patient actually keep something alive inside it? Like, it's so fucking dumb. Like, I'm sorry, my heart breaks over that.
I don't see any real updates on it because I assumed what happened was once the baby was out, that they just let the body go, right? Isn't that what happened?
Yeah, but also the baby, like when they started her on this, it was only like, I want to say it was 9 weeks old. Like it wasn't that old. And then they extracted it, I think in the early 20 weeks, if I'm remembering correctly, which is normally like, yeah, you can extract it, but they already knew that like certain amounts, because there's certain chemicals that are released in a brain dead body that they think would then affect the baby's development. So like a lot of us were talking about like, will this, is this fetus actually going to be normal or like not even just normal, but like functional? You know what I mean? Like in terms of like,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That
I
whole
don't know.
thing. It's just really sad,
I imagine the baby will have a lot of health problems.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law's baby was very, very, very premature and had a mother that was alive. And he's still to this day, he's like 16 years old, but he still has serious health problems.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, and this is the result of actually a doctor that refused to let her get her tubes tied because she hadn't had a son yet. You might change your mind and want a son.
Ew.
Yeah, because she had issues with every one of her pregnancies. And so after the second one that was worse than the first and even more premature than the first, the doctor just wouldn't do it.
As a last honest question, then I do have to run. And sorry for monologuing you guys, but as an honest question to you, Liberal, because like you're a man, if you think the roles were reversed, like if men were the ones who gave birth, do you think that like actually that you guys as men would put each other through this much kind of like, oh, well, maybe you want a son or maybe you want a this, like if the, you know what I mean? Or do you think like there'd be more, you know, more respect for bodily autonomy of the individual if it were men, if you know, the roles were reversed and it was men that are the ones who have to give birth and women don't give birth, we just, you know, do the other part, like.
I don't know. I've never thought about having a baby because I can't.
Fair.
I don't know how to answer that question. I
Totally
know,
fair. It's very much a hypothetical. Obviously, it's a,
yeah, I mean, you're probably onto something because, you know, if men were put in jail every time they ejaculated and it didn't go into something that could produce a baby, things might change. Be like, I've got to spread my seed everywhere I go. You know, that's the male mentality. I don't know if that's biologically driven, probably. So maybe you're onto something. I don't know. Let's put some uteruses inside of men and we'll see. We'll see how that works.
totally fair. Wish I could stay. Always a pleasure, though, Liberal. And
Yeah.
thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.
Light my fire. Love you all, too. Bye.
We'll see. Have a good one. Yeah, I don't know. You know, maybe one day they'll be able to install one of those robotic uteruses inside of men. And we'll see what happens. We'd be whining and bitching all the time, I'm sure. Because when I get sick, guys, it's the worst thing ever. Okay. Right. What's up, Dancer Bell?
Hey, how are you guys?
Doing fine. What's up?
Just wanted to pop up here. I'm talking about the Miss Smith case with the baby and it being a bigger conversation. A girlfriend of mine, we were talking about this the other day because we're working on a podcast about Black women in healthcare. And in her experience, and this was like 20 something odd years ago when she had her daughter, and how she was not listened to. And baby's fine now. Baby's like, you know, in her 20s and stuff, and she's doing great. But initial complications, and they were not listening to her when she said that she had pain. It's the same thing with Miss Smith. Unfortunately, she did go to the hospital initially saying like, hey, something's wrong. They sent her on her way. She developed complications, and we know what happened in the hospital with her unfortunate demise. It's a very, very big concern with women in healthcare, particularly people of color, that, I mean, even in my case, I've never had a child, but it's something that I've encountered also. But I've been able to be a proponent for myself because I am in healthcare. I'm in administrative healthcare, finance, but just to tell the people out there, if you are a woman, you have to be your own
advocate,
cheerleader. Yes, your advocate, your own cheerleader. Make sure if you don't feel comfortable, you know, do what you have to do. And I know this is a really weird time with healthcare being rearranged, changed, taken away, things like that. And it's going to get even more desperate for the hospitals and things like that. But just make sure that your voices are heard when you do go to the hospital, when you do go to the doctor.
Yeah,
Yes,
you can.
Right. You're right. She was a nurse. She knew. That's why she went to the hospital. And they ignored her symptoms. So.
And raise hell.
Exactly.
If you don't like it, raise fucking hell. Call in the administrators. I've had to do that for myself before. I've had to. I mean, people looking at me like I'm a crazy motherfucker. And that, you know what? You may look like a crazy motherfucker, but when it comes to your health, fucking let them have it.
The problem
I've had
is,
that happen.
Let them have it.
I think the big problem with that is that I'm sure I can raise hell and get an administrator.
Yep.
I'm sure that I could raise hell and get a manager because I'm white. But as soon as a Black woman raises hell and tries to advocate for herself to have an administrator or a manager, they get sent security. They get called aggressive. or unruly.
This is possible, yeah.
And
I mean,
they
I've
get
had to do
the
that
police
too.
called on them.
Like me as a black woman, I've had to say, I had an experience with a doctor. She was an Indian doctor, and she kept looking at her watch while she was giving me my test results. And keep in mind, they were late. I was there for about 40 minutes waiting for her. And finally I said, hey, you got someplace to go? And she's like, oh, what do you mean? I said, because you keep looking at your watch instead of looking at me. I had to file a complaint against her because she wasn't attentive. I kept asking her questions. She acted like I'm like, if you got to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. But I need this information for my health. And I worked at that hospital. And she knew, you're right. We do get sequestered into this box of, hey, she's being aggressive because she's black. Mm-hmm. Oh, she's coming in for drugs. You know,
I mean, they did that to me also.
No, they did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not white. Of course, this was at a native hospital. Of course, it's the one run by the BIA, so you know. They also have it goes right into the fucking administrative office and raise hell. Who gives a fuck if they're going to call you aggressive? They're going to do it anyway. They're going to do it anyway. Fuck these people. If your life, if you feel like your life, right? If you feel like your life is on the line, fuck them.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. What are they going to do? Kick you out? And if they do and something happens to you, now your family has a fucking reason to go after the hospital.
Well, like she said, I'm sorry. You did say, I'm sorry, I don't know your name. I just see you have a rose as your thing. They will call the police on you. They will call security. They will label you as being aggressive, and they can technically. And
it'll all get written down in a report. And if something happens to you, that is a paper trail. That is a paper trail for you if something happens to you.
Some of these administrators are not as nice as that. So that's why you have to sometimes report.
There was a report. You would hope, people would hope, but you know, none of us here trust the system. So
yeah. Honestly, and I work for a system, and I don't trust them.
Maverick mentioned that medical racism is built into the system, and 100% that medical racism is not only built into the system, but it literally built the system. So many medical procedures and so much medical knowledge was literally gained experimenting on Black women's bodies just because they could. And so they built the entire healthcare system off of experimenting on Black women, and then left Black women out of reaping the benefits of that fucking system. And it makes me sick.
Can I speak for Black women?
Sure.
Because I have a child, and my child is biracial, so he is lighter than I am. And 7 days after he was born, I had to take him to the pediatrician for a checkup. And I'm sitting in a room holding my child, and the doctor walked in and looked me dead in my face and said, "Are you mom?" No, I'm just some random woman in a random room with a random baby. Just thought I'd bring him to the doctor. You know, this is what baffles me, is that anecdotally, there are Black women that don't get mistreatment, anecdotally, right? But overall, Black women get mistreated because, as you know, Light said, it's been like this since the beginning of time. They experimented on Black bodies since the beginning. The books that teach medical professional jobs, such as nurses and doctors and things like that, were taught that Black women didn't feel as much pain as everybody else, to not be believed. And that is the point, right? Yeah. We take these little pieces and we say, okay, well, since I'm this, it didn't happen to me, but I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It's still giving dismissive, right? Because especially when you're a dark-skinned Black woman, I feel like we get treated the worst versus a lighter skin or someone who is more desirable to look at versus us who are genetically like we look different, right? We don't have the smaller nose, we don't have the high cheekbones, we don't have, you know, the lighter, the straighter style hair. Okay, we have the kinky curly hair. We look like, for lack of a better term, we walked off the continent of Africa. Okay, and we're the ones that get discriminated the most. Not saying that no Black woman does. We're the ones that get discriminated the most. We're the ones that get looked at as if our pain doesn't matter. And my heart breaks for both of those Black women who got treated the way that they did, because empathy is very lacking, especially in white women towards Black women. Because there is a book out called We Were Her Slaves or something like that, which goes into more detail about how the white woman was more aggressive towards the enslaved people than the man was, and the things that she did versus what the man did. Now, I'm not saying he wasn't bad. I'm just saying it's been proven that white women were treated Black women worse. And so to see that video of that lady having pain, being in active labor, sitting in a wheelchair, screaming, I'm in labor now, my due date
It
is
was disturbing.
now. It was
Yeah.
very disturbing, right? But she sat there calm, cool, and collected. And it's not like she was sitting there holding her hand, like trying to get her help, trying to get other people in the room. You know, I get they need information, but when I've been to the hospital and I've been in that much pain, I can
Right.
say they triaged bedside for me. Okay.
Right.
But the fact that everybody seems so outraged about it now, when we know what they have been doing to us for decades, for hundreds of years, it's wild work. It's wild. So yes, Black women are mistreated and ignored by the white women in healthcare because that's what they are taught, and that's what needs to change.
And I'm sorry, Bubbles and Flower, you keep making comments that still hasn't put like facts in all feelings. What do you mean by that? Because we are talking about our experiences, and those are facts. Those are not feelings.
I don't know if this tiny bit of information is going to help, but the person that you're referring to down there in the comments is just somebody that is somebody that is
Oh, it's a
always
troll?
down there in the comments, right?
Okay, I see. Then I'm not even going to try to like document and give information because
You're
again,
speaking to
I
an
am in healthcare.
anti-intellectual finger flinger, basically.
Well, I don't think it's I don't think it's
look at your
just
name.
that. I'm pulling something up real quick. I'm gonna read it to you related to that. Unless that motherfucker. Let's see here. Where's it at? I mean, you guys can continue. I've got something coming related to that.
I mean, we're talking about healthcare, even in certain textbooks, still in medical schools and nursing schools, they still have information where, even though Black people are at higher risk for developing chronic kidney disease, either because of conditions or genetics, they are put on a higher scale of being able to wait on a wait list for kidney transplants. Our pain scale is different in certain textbooks that are teaching current doctors and nurses. And it needs to change. So it is historical, but it's still going on. It's not just systematic, it's in that era too.
All right, so you'll see
Is that a space?
this is Bubbles and Flowers. The other day,
I never
Bubbles.
said I was a nurse. I never
Well-
said I was a
well,
nurse.
hold on.
Pay attention.
Okay, so this is Bubbles and Flowers. Bubbles and Flowers is interesting because, you know, I've told you guys that there are people that'll fucking lie right to your face, and they're generally
of
these
course.
white liberal women that have been doing it to me. I know you don't use mods much, but I can mod comments. I only get rid of actual BS. So if you need or want. This came out of nowhere. It actually came out right after I removed somebody from my Discord. I had several people reach out to me wanting to join the Discord and mod right after that. So Bubbles and Flowers is not just some troll. Bubbles and Flowers is part of the group, I believe, that has been doing this. And Bubbles and Flowers was nice until I said no. And then Bubbles and Flowers will stay in the comments and yap and bitch and moan and probably record.
I
Bubbles,
see.
bitch.
Oh, poor Bubbles.
So you applied for a mod job and you got turned down. Now
Yep.
you're a little
Oh,
soft.
poor Boo Boo.
Why do I have a feeling that Bubbles is a white liberal woman?
Oh, Bubbles, it's okay.
I actually think
It's okay.
I don't know, but I know that this same person, this Bubbles and Flower, is the one that like used to call me a dependa, even though my husband's not in the military anymore. He's a veteran, so like, what can I? I'm not depending on any government money. But then in the same like sentence that he called me a dependa, he said that I was lying about my husband's military service. So I am either a dependa that married a man in the military for his money, or I lied and
Wait a second. You thought I was going to be scared to accept your
and then I
invite?
lied
Is
and
that
was
it?
it? Hold on, honey.
Yeah,
Oh,
we-
good.
we-
So glad you're up here.
Okay.
I'm so glad you're up here.
Okay, well, at least we know that this person isn't a white liberal woman, or maybe you are, and you
No,
just
he's
have
the
a
guy
deeper
that lies
voice.
he's the guy
Okay.
that lied about being in the
So-
Well, actually, yeah, I'm a Native American. I don't claim to be on TikTok,
he's
so
so
I'm an
nice.
actual Native
You don't
American.
claim to be
so
on
invalid.
TikTok.
Yeah, Bubbles
Yeah.
and Flower claim to
You
have
don't
done
claim to be on
I don't
TikTok.
claim
You
that- I don't
are
claim
on
that my-
TikTok.
I don't claim that little card that you have makes you Native American, bro, because it doesn't. But regardless,
Bubbles and
you're
Flower
right.
claim-
Hey, hold on.
Flower claim-
You're right. I
Excuse
sent you a message.
Excuse me.
I sent you a message to try and be your mod.
Well, hold on.
Trying to be nice. Hey, Maverick, nobody's talking to you. I'm literally talking to the host.
You're a
I'm literally talking to the host.
You're not
Yeah,
a fucking Native
turn your
American.
camera
Put
on.
yourself on the camera, bitch.
Here, I'll turn my camera on. You think I'm scared to turn my camera on?
Yes,
Go
please,
for
so I
it.
can take a picture of you and send it to the military so we
There
can
you
prove
go.
your stolen ballot.
There's my camera on.
Yes.
There's my camera on.
You're a dog now.
Okay. Yeah. Mhm.
So you're a
Yeah, I'm a dog.
And look at that
There you
skin
go.
color on your white ass finger, bitch.
White ass
You think that's white? You think that's white? Are you blind?
Oh, wow.
Oh, he put his dog on
Are
camera.
you blind? Are you blind? Hey, liberal! I actually have
darker
a
than you,
military
man.
thing that says that
Oh, wow.
I'm Native American. You have a card that anybody can get when they go on the reservation. I actually have military.
I have a
records
wait.
that show that I'm
Hold
Native
on.
American.
I have a
DNA evidence.
Hold on.
that I'm Native American.
Okay, bitch, I've got a CDIB card that is the certificate degree of Indian blood. I also have a citizenship card that you cannot get just by going to a reservation. The fact that you said that tells me you aren't fucking native at all and you don't understand how those roll numbers work. You see, these Europeans that came over here that were racist as fuck, they wanted to create this Dawes roll and give some Europeans, they gave some of these Europeans went in there and paid these motherfuckers, like Governor Stitt's family. They paid the Dawes Commission to get on there. So yes, there are people who are quote unquote citizens who have that, but they don't have the CDIB card.
He also lied about being in the
Yeah.
military. He's
Go ahead. See, liberal. We just proved you out in your own live. Oh, I let people talk and say whatever they want. As you sat there.
No. Let me go ahead and hold on, guys. I stopped you because you wouldn't shut up, and I wanted to make a point. And you kept interrupting. If you can like listen and not interrupt, I won't mute you. But when the moment you start interrupting me is when I start muting you. See how that works? Go ahead.
Also, let's be real.
No. I'm just proving
lie
that
about
you
being
were a
Native
hypocrite.
American. It
You
tracks.
literally sat up there and said,
Okay,
I
guys,
I let
listen.
people say whatever they
Okay,
want.
here's what I'm going to do. Because let me point, I dropped Bubbles. And guys, I know a lot of people think I'm crazy in what I'm saying about this group of people that are coming after me. But I'm telling you, right after I kicked this bitch out of my Discord, because she got caught, she got busted, and she got mad. And right after that, literally the very next day, I had multiple people reaching out to me. Not just one, not just two, more than two, reaching out to me. I need on the Discord. Will you let me on the Discord? And then I get Bubbles, this little bitch-ass punk, asking to be a mod. Now, everybody here knows how I feel about being a mod. This person even knew. So this person, even though this person just started coming around recently, this person said, I know you don't use mods. So this person is well aware. This person is full of shit. Bitch, why don't you go back to Paula's live and eat that bitch's twat? Why don't you do that?
Wow, taking a book out of taking a fucking page out
Do
of math.
mount a twat resuscitation on Paula and tell her I said hi.
Mouth to twat resuscitation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you notice he said we? So you're in a group.
Yeah.
You're part of those groups that are coming in here.
Yeah. The dude lied about his military service. He lied about his native status.
Well, we know he's a dog. We know he's a dog because he showed us how he looked. He's a dog.
And guys, I'm not crazy. There's all kinds of weird shit going on in my life on this fucking TikTok.
We don't believe that you were crazy.
Well, I appreciate that because these people made me, I shut off fucking TikTok for a week. Had to go through all the bullshit to make sure I wasn't crazy. Turns out I wasn't. But here's what I am. I'm done. I'm done fucking with you guys. You guys preyed on my good nature, on my soft heart. And you can go fuck yourselves all the way back to fucking Paula's live as far as I can concerned. That bitch been fucking with me, guys, for a long time.
Who is Paula?
Long time.
I have no idea who these people are.
Yeah. Well, you fucking, yeah.
I literally just started listening to
Start
you
doing
probably
TikTok
about 4
lives.
months ago.
Start doing TikTok lives, and I guarantee you'll find out who she is.
Paula, the only thing I don't know, because I don't do lives, right? I don't really engage in many people's lives. I come to this live and I use it to body double a lot with work, with school, things like that, right? From what I've gathered of Paula, she's a blue MAGA, like pretend leftist who literally traded like a sliver of attention for a friendship. And I can't get down with that, right? And then when she was guilty enough to feel bad about trading that little sliver of attention for for a friendship, she then just started to double, triple down on her shit. She was talking all this shit about how she was talking shit about Tim. She was trying to get people out of his life. Regulars, and she did manage to take a couple of his regulars, because there are people that came around here when Paula was here that I don't see here anymore, right? She then was like, oh, Tim is begging for money and blah 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 blah, and just the whole thing, she got so vile and fucking vicious.
When did you say all this? When did she say all this? When did you hear her say all this?
Oh, I scroll past her lives all the time. I don't follow her, I don't go into her lives, but I scroll past those lives all the time. In there, they're either talking about two things, Tim or Trump.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Well, I already called the bitch out on this panel in front of everybody. I don't do
all her fucking Canadian friends.
Sneaky shit. Yeah, I don't do sneaky where they're undercover trying to pretend that you're your friend and then they're stabbing you. I don't like people like that. So I just call them out.
So she used to be up on the panel too?
Oh, she was his mod.
Oh, she was my first mod.
Oh,
and
I didn't
guys,
know that.
So,
oh my God.
Pyre, it's not just that she traded a friendship. I don't think she was ever a friend. Ever. Because all the way a month before my wife got fired, I just found out recently, this bitch was talking mad shit about me to other people, including some other mods. And the day that I responded to the motherfucker that said my wife was a felon, which isn't true for the record, I had this weird shit happen on my TikTok. Of course, I didn't put it all together until just the other day. Comes up here fucking screaming and cussing, goes into the Discord calling everybody all kinds of fucking, I'm just message after message. And this person divulged that they were talking shit. And I didn't put it together until later, but yeah, this was a month prior to my wife losing her job. So for as long as I know, I don't even know that she was ever fucking for real, because she's a fake ass. She's fucking fake. She's fake.
People, I'm sorry, but people people come on the internet, man, and holy shit. maybe this is going to be a bit of a rant, but even like, so I'm 39 and I was never, even in my younger years, like, yeah, we did the whole AOL catfishing, like all of us shit. We all fucking grew up on that shit, right? Chat rooms and all that. But after that, I started to try to remove myself. So I never got into spaces like 4chan. I never got into spaces like Tumblr or Reddit. Like the only Discord server I'm on is the one where I fucking play with 6 other people that I know in my real life. And we get to, when we play video games at night, like, because of this, because of, like, people are wild on this motherfucking internet, man. They are a whole different breed. And like, it just I don't trust a goddamn I trust very few people on this internet because of shit like this. Because people don't think it's real life. When it is fucking real life, there are people in these fucking boxes. Like, did you think I'm AI? Jesus fuck. Like, Christ almighty, people are weird.
Yeah, Bubbles is telling on himself. Bubbles knows more than Bubbles is letting on. Like I'm telling you,
He just said he's gonna call you out
they
wherever you
rolling
go. So I'm
they
assuming
rolling packs.
You're supposed to be scared of him, his 1,500 followers, his fake native status, and his stolen valor. You're supposed to be shaking in your
That's all
fucking
he is.
pantaloons.
They play victim for attention, because if they're not victims and they're actually victors or something, then they wouldn't get the attention that they're striving for. That's why he's down in the comments when I was talking, saying all the things, because he needed attention, because the dog isn't doing it for him, right? And no woman wants to do it for him either. And he doesn't want to come out and tell the truth that he really doesn't like women, because he's mad at his mommy and he needs to go hug her. So he's going to sit on the internet and he's going to play the victim right along with Paula and so many other people on this app, because I dealt with my fair share of Paulas on this app too. They are victim narcissists. They scream victim. They antagonize everybody until somebody puts their foot down, and then they become the victim. And that's all it is. That's why she's lurking and she's stalking and she's sending her minions over here, her flying monkeys like they call. And that's all it is.
Yep.
As long as you're talking about them.
Good, Lonnie. That's a good one. Yeah,
They're-
you're
they're-
right.
And here's the thing, I don't even watch that bitch's live. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. She can go off and fucking talk about her 3 twat hairs, as Maverick would say.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Right.
But they sure fucking love my ass because they can't fucking
You
stop.
live in their head rent free. That's all I got.
They fucking love it.
Because if they have people coming over here, that's insane.
Recording every goddamn thing I say. These motherfuckers can't get enough. I
Like
I
we're in
knew I
high
wasn't
school.
ugly. I didn't realize how fucking sexy I apparently am to these people. Because look at the obsessions, the obsessive people that have fucking lashed themselves onto me. I don't know, guys. These white liberal women are. I'm sorry. I don't like. What the fuck is going on here? What is going
live
on?
all the time, right? I used to be on channels all the time, and I met this one white woman, and she was one of the worst victim narcissists. Okay, she would antagonize, right? And as time went on, I started to notice a pattern that she would befriend Black women, and then a few months, weeks later, when Black women start to show, like, you know, the atrocities that are happening, such as, you know, the Black women not being taken seriously when they're in labor, she wanted to play, oh, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. But I got Black friends, but it's not that big of a deal. So when I lose my shit on her about it, she wants to call me an angry Black woman, right? And this is the type of white women that are on this app. This is what they do, right? I was in her live, and a white woman came up one time, and the white woman was like, oh, well, I wish, I'm not racist. I just don't like VP Harris because she doesn't have good, she doesn't speak well. I wish they would have chose, what was her name? The Black lady that was on the Republican side.
Owens.
No.
Condoleezza Rice?
Yes. She said, I wish she would
Condoleezza
Rice up there. And I lost my whole shit on her. Lost it. And the white woman's live, who I was mutuals with, who I was modding with she was like, I don't understand what the problem is. Why is that such a bad problem? Why are you so upset about Condoleezza Rice? And I knew then that I had one of them victim narcissists, because as soon as I cursed her out, she ran up and down this app screaming, I'm an angry black woman, and I cursed her out for no reason.
Yeah, well, they went around calling me a misogynist. That's what they did. That's what she fucking, when I called her out for unblocking the fucking mod mole, Reagan, she cried victim. Yeah. It's fucking, but for the record, I don't know. This comment. Okay, hold on. I think we all see this. Hold on. So, whenever I was still talking to Paula, she had said that she had some stalkers. I think that name was like Dark Paula or something. Anyway, so right here, Catfish Fuckable Chins Paula.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to block you because that's ridiculous, guys.
That's probably one of her
Look,
stupid ass people. To
okay. Okay, guys. I mean, it's funny, but really,
invite that bitch up here so I can cuss her ass out. Even though I don't like that.
No.
Who?
Don't do it.
Don't do what?
Okay, wait a minute. I can't see
don't
that.
Cuss her out.
I can't see that picture. Who is that picture? I cannot see it.
That's our picture. Some jackass has taken her picture from
Her real, is that her real picture?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
God, that's
it's so. I mean, on one hand, I've got to laugh about it because it's kind of funny.
Is that her in the picture?
It says Catfish
Yeah.
Blankable Chins. Oh, that's
is that her real face?
I mean, guys, look. Here's what's gonna happen. She's gonna say it's me. She's gonna blame it on me.
How's it you when you're on your fucking
Yeah,
live? Somebody
look.
say, yes, that is her. With this ugly fucking 15. Look at that ugly bitch. Is this the bitch who's causing problems?
I knew it. I knew you were.
Wait a minute. No. If this bitch who uses 12-year-old avatars as her picture, is
12-year-old
this what this bitch
avatars.
looks like? Is this what she looks like? For real?
Yeah.
You know, I can't. Somebody said yes, Manny. Come up here and tell us if this is the real. If this is a
So
I have a goddamn pot to piss in when it comes to this conversation because my chin has a fucking friend too. All right, I'm a fat bitch.
Well, wait a minute.
Do we all have fuckable chins?
I'm a fat black bitch too, and I like my fucking donuts. But bitch, I don't put 25-year-old avatars and act like I'm young and all of that. And this bitch is fucking talking about people, and this is what this bitch looks like. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my God. Okay. Fucking TikTok. People on TikTok are so goddamn weird.
Well,
Okay.
maybe this is fake, guys, because I don't think that's really her. Because somebody has on here. No, that can't be her because that bitch has
They sniped her photo off her page. That's what they did. And then they
Off her
changed
page?
their username to say that because they heard the conversation, what was going on. They're just a troll. That's it.
Yeah.
I've had
I
trolls
see.
doing to me
Well,
while
she
I
was
was
a fucking
on
troll.
live.
As you
Yeah.
sow, so shall you reap, you ugly bitch. I never liked that hoe when she was a traitor. Fuck her. If she really looks like
Okay.
that, excuse me, if she really looks like that, it's time for you to move into the ocean with the other whales, bitch. Fuck her. I'm done.
Okay.
Fuck
All
her.
right. All right.
I
Moving
love
on.
TikTok.
Moving on. Like,
Stop this.
and look, as much as I don't like what she did, whoever's doing that is an asshole. Okay. You know, in my opinion.
Insane. Because you tried to. Here's the thing: you tried to be in on the joke, but you were a douchebag about it, and you weren't there in the first place. You came in, not you, Maverick. Whoever came in with that account, it's like the one who tries to laugh really, really loud with the rest of the group, but you're laughing way too loud, and you're just
Everybody's looking at you like you're the weirdo right
you're
now.
like, wow, you don't even know what we're talking about. What the fuck is
Right.
funny?
So where's the other person that
That's a
came in?
great analogy, Pyre. Actually, that's a really good
You know
analogy.
what, guys? It's probably this Bubbles and Flowers bitch who made that account as well. Because they do all kinds of sneaky shit They do all kinds of sneaky shit to try to make people think that he's crazy when he says this. But they will do stupid shit like be his mod and really stabbing him in the back. Now they're bringing this ugly rickety crickety hoe up here. If that's her, that bitch, I can't believe that hoe was talking about people and you look like that. So whoever made that, God damn it, I hope they're one of your motherfucking people who turned against you, bitch.
I was thinking
Well-
that same thing when it popped up. That it
Yeah,
was
that
Bubbles.
person comes in here and all of a sudden this
Butterfly
bitch
and
follows
Bubbles,
him.
yeah.
I don't
That's-
think so.
He switched
Bubbles.
back. He switched back. He tried
Bubbles,
to play like
yeah, you Bubbles. Now you're Bubbles
Well,
again,
did
hoe.
Bubbles, let's look and see if Bubbles was
Bubbles
typing.
left and now Bubbles is back.
Nope,
Well, no, Bubbles was talking. Yeah, Bubbles was talking.
but he could still have 2 accounts on 2 different
Wait, let me see if
devices.
Bubbles. Who's Manny? Because Manny confirmed that was really her. I don't know what the
It's
bitch
a
looks
troll
like.
account.
So much.
Listen, I don't believe nothing nobody's saying.
People
about
behind the
having
keyboard.
one
Let's see.
app. I got 2. I got a backup sneak account on this app that nobody will ever know about. So I don't believe nobody when they say they only got 1 account.
Wait.
Or, you know, I mean, what if it's Paula?
Well, to make you look crazy.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was
Why?
because for her to be as angry as she is with you, she does not have enough willpower. She does not have enough self-control to come into your chat and sit there calm and cool and collected like that. She would have came in here saying something she would have been losing
You
her
think?
mind in your comments.
But
Yes.
no, not only that.
Those
If you
people
are-
can't. She doesn't have self-control. She can't sit and lurk and be quiet about it because you're
Well,
talking about it.
she did for a long time because, and I'm not sure if she meant to do it, but she told me about an alt account that she had, or stands with fists, which I thought was like a little weird because
Bubbles is all nobody, and I mean nobody cares about you people. Bubbles
You
is.
have
Did you
flying
make that
monkeys,
account,
you know.
Bubbles?
Yep.
I think Bubbles is
Oh,
part of it.
Maverick. Maverick's
yeah, I
Live
see
contains themes that some may find uncomfortable. Remove. Okay.
Here's the thing, right? It says nobody, and I mean nobody cares about you people. I am so more than fucking okay with that. I'm okay with that.
That's true.
I am a nobody on the internet. I have like almost 12,000 followers. Whoop-de shit. I've had this page for like 2 years. The fuck? That's nothing. The only people I'm worried care about me are the people that I live with and the people that I whose lives I strive to make better. So I'm okay that people aren't making fake accounts of me with my face or fucking that's so much energy to waste.
Agreed. People like I don't understand.
I have online followers. Who gives a fuck? Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Real question: who comes into a live, talking about things that they don't care about? Like, because I don't go into
That's a great
Trump
point.
supporting lives.
I don't
and
care.
Sit there and troll the chat and be like, "No, y'all wrong. Y'all are stupid. Y'all." I don't go into Trump supporting lives and do none of that. Y'all come over here to the left-leaning lives, and y'all be in the chat just saying all types of mess. Like, how bored do you have to be that you can't find anything that brings you joy besides antagonizing somebody who is trying to give information and being a helpful live in this space? And that's what baffles me about people like Bubbles and Flowers, right? Like, I'm up here trying to explain something, and just because they need attention, they want to be like, "Oh, you're trying to tell us about a book and you don't even know the name of the book." Listen, why? I don't get it. Like what happened? Did you peak in high school and that was it? Like, I'm confused.
Yes, that part. Oh, you read? Oh, you have a book? You name every book ever. Oh, you can't? Oh, you're fucking dumb. You dumb. Like, what? Fucking what? I love that people are like so specific about that. Like, if you're like, I believe, and you even said the name of the book is like, we were her something, and like you gave like the general name of it. You certainly gave enough information on the book that somebody who is of any kind of intelligence could put that into Google and then put book after it and get the correct title of the book. But they're like, "Oh, you don't know the exact information." Oh, fucking no, bitch. I don't know what I had for fucking breakfast yesterday half the time. Like, do some fucking research yourself.
So, real quick, I just urge everybody to go and report that account. Because it's stupid.
Flowers account of sure. I'll go.
Well,
report
no.
it.
I meant the fucking
No.
catfish account. The fucking, I'm because there's a pretending to be someone.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Well, this is stupid. So you only get two choices. You get, let me pull this up. You get me and celebrity. Is the only choices you like. I mean, what is that? What is that? Like, what does that mean? Hold on. What is Paula's thing?
I am more than aware.
See, I've got Paula blocked, so I can't even tag her. So if you
damn
guys
well
will
that
go,
somebody in her live already knows. You know damn well there was somebody in here that saw that page, that went to her live and ran and fucking told her about it already. Like, it just.
well, I just asked that everybody go and report that, please. I mean, I know we don't have a lot of people in there, but that's ridiculous, guys. I mean,
It's fucking absurd.
Yeah,
To take like,
it's
guys, we're fucking people. I don't give a shit. When you're a bad person, I call you a bad person. I'm certainly not gonna take your fucking picture and blast it all over the fucking internet. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
fuckable chins. I can't help but laugh at that. That is kind of funny, but Jesus Christ, people. Fucking, and people say, tell me I need to get a job, and you've got jackasses like this that can like create these fucking fake ass accounts and do all that mess. I don't know, that's wild. That's fucking
I
wild.
would say I believe that people report your live that don't agree with you, but they sit in here and they just, troll the chat. And so your numbers have been stuck at 35 since I popped in this morning. And I've learned that when TikTok does that, sometimes if you restart the live, and I know it's a lot, sometimes it'll re-put you back on the FYP when you notice your numbers are low like that. I just wanted to give you that little bit of information because I think your message and your live needs to get out to more people because you are having a good faith conversation on many topics, especially with this administration. You are willing to hear the other person out, even if they are incapable of having good faith conversation with you. You at least have a good faith conversation with them and you hear them out. So I just wanted to say that. That's why I stuck around. That's why I try to help support you because a lot of these lives are just about bashing each other. On this topic, they want to, there's people on the left that want to troll people on the right and vice versa. But your live specifically is about informing and information and having good faith conversation and getting the facts out there for what they truly are. And a lot of us appreciate you for that. At least I do.
Well, I appreciate that. It's been crazy over the last week.
It has. And keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, leave Bubbles and Flowers down there. He's a good guy,
No.
but,
He literally get me off the panel. What the fuck? Just absolutely dumb. Like, bitch, you're sitting up here telling me you're native. You got transparent fingers. I could fucking see that shit glowing like a goddamn radioactive fucking waste dump. You're so fucking white. You telling me, oh, just because you've got that card, and I haven't showed that card in a while, by the way, guys. Yeah. Yeah, you fucking, it's probably Governor Stitt's fucking cousin over there. We paid good money to get on the DOS roll. We paid good money for that fucking roll number. You
and he needed
fucks.
attention. So, sometimes you got to get it where you can get it. So you come into lives like this and you troll the chat so people will talk to you because the dog doesn't talk very much.
Because look, the trolling's one thing, but this motherfucker has the audacity to send me a private message and ask to be a mod. Like, really?
He claims that he didn't ask you to be a mod, though. His previous message down there said, I didn't ask you to be a mod. La, 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 la.
Okay, this is the exact phrasing. He said, I know you don't use mod much, but I can mod comments. I only get rid of actual BS, so if you need or want. So while there isn't a question mark in there, what would you guys say that person is reaching out to you for?
it still frames itself as a question linguistically.
Right. And I said, I appreciate the offer, but I will not add any mods because of all the problems it's caused and still causing. Of course, I'm, this is how I respond, but I'm looking at this person like, yeah, I see you little fuck. I said, yeah, bro, I'm aware. I'm not that kind of problem. I also understand and respect your feelings on the matter. Be safe, bro. Threat much?
You, bro.
Okay, bro. Like,
Can somebody just please try to explain to my dog that this fucking squirrel that we see every day does not have his best interests at heart? I try to tell him this every day. This fat ass squirrel sits right outside of his fence line and tries to get him, because we have one of the pet safe fences, we have an Invisifence, and just tries to get him to go right over it. And he's twitching like he wants to, and he doesn't fucking listen. So if anybody else can reason with my dumbass dog, feel free.
I don't
That's funny.
speak dog, but
Bubbles might.
I can try.
Bubbles might. He's like, because he's down there yipping like a goddamn chihuahua. You see that? You wasn't saying that offline. I'll get you. Fuck you, Bubbles. You're the one that won't even show your face. Wouldn't even show your face.
People always like, when I've had actual, like, this is how dumb you can tell some people are, right? I've had arguments with people on live, and they're like, yeah, well, why don't you fucking turn your camera on and show your face? Motherfucker, I have like 400 fucking videos on my page of almost nothing but my fucking face. Take 2 steps. Click once, click twice. There the fuck, it's right there. It's right fucking there.
Well, so Bubbles says, you wouldn't, bro. You're only tough online. I don't know if you saw the video of me getting right up in that fucking fascist face and screaming at him and calling him pedo. That's how I am in real life. Yeah.
He keeps saying that no one
Fort
cares
Knox,
about
bitch.
who you are online, but you're here, Bubbles.
He loves
All
it.
right, guys.
Don't
I'm gonna
care.
drop down so someone else can come up. Thank you.
Well, we got plenty of
Bye.
spaces. We'll see you, Dancer. Thanks for coming up.
I think it's just us chickens at this point.
Yeah, no, well, earlier I had thought about restarting the live, but my wife's coming tomorrow. I wasn't really too worried about it because this will give me time to. Yeah, no,
Yes,
I get time. Yeah, baby. No, so it wasn't even. I ain't even mad about it. So, give me a chance to go through all the Russian propaganda coming out of the White House. Because I'm not sure if I had people on the panel, I'm not sure if they would have sat through that whole thing. They'd have been like, but either way, Bubbles, yeah, I mean, I see you guys. You can see for yourselves that these people are doing this shit, and it's like it's coordinated. I'm not crazy.
No, I don't think you are. I really don't.
Yeah. I'm not the crazy one. But with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut her down. It is noon. Aaron is going live. So all 41 people in here got a huge crowd today. Go check out Aaron Squared's live. She said she was going live at noon. So check that out. Here, let me put her, matter of fact, let me put her thing in the comments. And don't forget to please go report that fucking stupid account.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Here, I'm gonna put her. This is her account. There we go. All right, guys, go check that out, and we will see you all when we see you. I'm probably gonna go jump on Aaron's live actually to show my support for her, and we'll see you maybe. Well, I might see you tomorrow because she'll be traveling, so I might do a live tomorrow. We'll see.
All right.
All right.
See you.
Catch you guys later. Peace.